What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? It is PrimeTime 120. 15 fights of absolute virtual violence here this evening, topped off with an Xbox Championship bout between FSK Fadanator v FSK Driz. Teammates collide for PrimeTime Gold here this evening. Joining me in the commentary booth to join what is set to be another historic card, my friends and yours, J-Dime TV, Dr. Goddamn Who. How are you doing, lads?
I'm doing good myself. As you mentioned, we got the main event, which is FSK Driz and FSK Fadanator, but the co-main is just as good. It's going to be a 5-round fight on that PS division of Smudger versus Vux. Both of them. Smudger just losing the title. Vux desperately wanting to get that back into title picture himself, wanting to get that title shot. So that's going to be a hell of a fight, but there's a reason FSK Fad and FSK Driz are in that main event spot here tonight, Jay.
Yeah, it is. And will Driz be the one to dethrone Fadanator? Because Fadanator has had 2 fights this year where he's fought life or death. But Fadanator, after going through tough fights, usually dominates. But will he be able to do that to his teammate FSK Driz, Cyrus?
Well, look, Fadanator has often come out there and said, I don't know whether or not he believes this or if it's just that they're teammates, but there's a couple of people that he's put out there that may take his belt off him at some point, and I believe Driz was one of the names mentioned in the past, a few others as well, generally from his camp, and of course he trains with these guys day in, day out. He may get the better of them or may not, we don't know of course, but he definitely has been the one that's performed the best on the given night up until this point. Driz is hungry for that belt. Going to be going up. It's going to be an incredible match, honestly. These guys just really well-rounded everywhere, but traditionally they get the job done on their feet, and it's what's made them such kind of friendly styles for people to get behind and support. The Flow State Kings have been in full effect over recent seasons. Like you say though, this entire card from the co-main to every other set fight up until that point, with storylines like Trixie trying to build back and get back into that title picture, take that belt off Fadanator if he can get past his own teammate, funnily enough, BFAP Naznim. And on that point, I think I'll take a quick moment before we get into this first fight. We don't book teammates against teammates deliberately, just out of spite. These things will happen when you build up throughout a card. There are certain ranks that naturally have to fight against each other due to the trajectory of those people and where they are within that season. It happens a few times because a lot of these guys, when they get into these high-level camps, like we've seen BFAP and FSKB for a long time, they're only the best, and those guys will rise naturally to the top of a division and ultimately end up having to fight each other. But with that being said, we will jump across to the first fight, and Doctor, this one I will chuck to yourself, my man. We have Los Got Hugo up against BFAP Kante. Now, BFAP Kante doesn't need much introduction. The man is former champion, an absolute savage in that cage. Going up against a relatively unknown fighter, which obviously has a lot of confidence, I would imagine, but a lot of risks to it as well. Because, of course, not a lot of footage to work with on this man, and putting your kind of reputation on the line a little.
Yeah, I mean, so this guy has built his name up. He's gone 2-0 on that unaired. I believe he dates back to the UFC 3 days. I may be wrong in saying that. The name does ring a bell there. So, and I think he was predominantly a striker back in those places, but it looks like he's adapted his game over the course of the last 2 games and gone to Kevin Lee, who we have seen before do some really big damage in this game.
Yeah, you're right. And every time I see a Kevin Lee pick, I'm scared, because that's a real confident pick. Like, why are you picking Kevin Lee, Cyrus?
Absolutely. Some people just want to see where Kevin Lee fits into the entire equation. He's done very well in the past. Could be difficult up against somebody like Kante and the pedigree that he brings to the table, both in terms of the striking and the grappling acumen of the game, Doc. But so far, so good for Kevin Lee, who's using a lot of jab straights, a little bit of head movement, and some side steps to try and be a little bit more evasive and a little bit more busy than Kante. Playing with fire a little bit, but not getting burnt so far.
Yeah, he has so far done a decent job at keeping his defense fairly high when putting on the offense. You have seen a bit of that use of that lead body kick, which is doing a bit of the bodywork damage, was getting that stam going. The counter zone, those type of exchanges definitely not going into his favor so far.
Yeah, and he's catching him with that lead body kick as he's coming in every time. If I'm Jorge Masvidal, I'm going to step in and throw a rear hook, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right. And you can see him setting up that lead hook a bunch. He will come around with the rear one eventually, but I think he's just trying to bait him so he can set him up for some straights and or overhands / head kicks. Kante being kind of predictable, to be honest with you. I've got to feel that this is somewhat part of the game plan to try and set him up for some big shots, because Hugo is setting patterns like really quickly. Jay, just to chuck it back to you, I mean, he's throwing the same kind of sequence shots, but I'm a bit confused by what Kante is doing, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, but then again, it's just the first round. I think Kante's trying to take his block off, and then he's going to unload them hooks that he liked throwing, Doctor.
Yeah, it does seem to be very much around that lead hook, the lead hand. He's trying to feel confident enough to fire that rear hand behind, because you notice at some points he's standing in that pocket, but he's been taken down, looks like he's going to get dumped, and now into cycle control. Difficult place to hold, but if you can manage to hold it, can do some damage.
Well, I suppose maybe he answered my question right there. I was a little bit confused on what he was doing. As soon as he opened up, he had some success and landed good damage on Hugo, but it did lead to the takedown. And I imagine that that's what he was slightly concerned about, and that's exactly what we saw. Big overhand lands for Hugo as they continue to jockey for position in the center of the cage. Big shout out to Toby Ruins MMA and V-Pains coming through with the gifted subs, the subs themselves, and those bitties. We appreciate you, all my guys, each and every time. Is he working what? Sorry.
Yeah, he's working the cup.
He's been throwing that all. Like, he's thrown so many lead hooks during this game. I'm surprised that Kevin Lee hasn't adjusted. Like, I'm not even mad at him for throwing the lead hooks. I'm mad that there's no adjustment to it, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, for sure, man, for sure. Like I said, he was throwing it so often, and there was a certain point where Kevin Lee was firing through it, and he was getting the better of the exchange. But then he didn't stick to that. He didn't adjust in any other way. I feel like he was getting caught on a couple of moments when he was trying to pull back that may have led to some frustration. And Kante then started to open up a little bit more and a little bit more as the round progressed. He is behind in terms of stamina. May have eaten some of the, I was going to say the worst of the damage, but maybe not. Lovely pull hook right there after a blistering combination from Kante to open out this round. Back to the lead hooks he goes out here, Doctor.
Yeah, it really is. So it seems like Kevin Lee is trying to play a game that would typically work in like UFC 4, but due to the damage system and the cuts of this game, Kante's using it to his benefit here. Targeting that cut, using the lead hook, winning those exchanges, and because of the increased amount of damage he's having so much success.
Hook! Oh my! Hook! Oh my! Cyrus, we making the doctor stop. I'm mad that he's letting this work, Cyrus.
I know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. See, he does the right things in moments, but then he's just like, it's like he gets set back into his pattern. He keeps trying to step off to that side, and like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's over.
Crazy, man. Kante came in, had a chat with the doctor previous to the fight, decided that he was going to work on an area that was previously compromised. That left hook continued to land over and over again on the right-hand side of Hugo's face. Ultimately, the doctor had no choice. Stepped in, doctor. And Kante picks up a relatively easy W.
That's not to say that the Kevin Lee did not look good. He looked very well-meaning. He had a lovely lead body kick. But, yeah, it really was the case. Kante came in with a game plan. He got the cut and he just worked it over and over again, and that was kind of all she wrote there. It's a wild game plan to come in with, but you've got to respect it.
I'll be honest with you, like, Kante just didn't have any concern against Hugo, I feel like. That's what that game plan was. The reason I was confused at the beginning is because Kante wasn't fighting like Kante. Kante was kind of fighting like there was no threat standing across from him. He was just loading up on those left hands like Hugo wasn't going to adjust. And Hugo did make that pull once or twice, but not often enough, not quickly enough to do fucking anything, bro. So Kante stuck to the script and got the doctor to step in mercifully and kind of get Hugo out of that one. But an interesting one to start off the card. Kante proving a point here this evening. Sure, we will see him further and further up the card as he continues to get W's under his belt. The next one up, though, and this one we will go across to yourself, J-Dime. It is going to be AKA Josh up against what remains of Versus Style. An incredibly fun fight, especially to see this early on a card.
Yeah, and I like this fight. AKA Joshua versus Versatile is a great match. Like, stylistically, this should be one of the fights of the nights, Doctor.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely should be. I mean, I know previous to this, Josh was trying to have a difference of picks, but I think we've now back to this one. So you can have Robbie Lawler being used by Style, which is a fairly solid pick at middleweight. Good general striking stats. Definitely suffers in the grappling department, but overall he's pretty straightforward and pretty much there where you want him to be.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. As these guys get ready for the second fight of this evening, want to give another massive shout out to James, the master player, and Toby Ruins, and another V-Pain, getting this little hype train going to kick off Primetime 120. We appreciate the hype is absolutely real, my guys. We're expecting the Primetime guarantee to be in full effect here this evening. Kante, like I said, got us kicked off with that lead hook. Left hook Larry, we shall call him from now on, but we're now going to see Versatile try to use that Prime Robbie Lawler. That's not Prime Robbie Lawler, is it?
No,
no. So I was going to say
we'll see him in the main event.
Yeah, we'll see him in the main event.
Oof. This is going to be a great boxing match here between two bald fighters here. And the thing is about Dana White is he has that 98 or 99 chin, Doctor.
I think it's 99 chin. He can definitely take and receive punches quite nicely. He's one of those weird characters that you think shouldn't have the stats he does, but he does. And somehow he's also a 4-star, and he definitely favours that stand-up battle. If this gets down to the ground, I'll be completely shocked.
Maybe I was seeing something. Does he have like a Vanderlei Silva right hook? They've changed his animations a little bit. Yeah, I think
the
it
level
is.
3 hooks are very similar to.
Oh, no, it ain't Vanderlei's animation. Vanderlei animation is one of a kind.
I'm gonna say, bro. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Dana White got those hands. Looking to cash in on his own 50k bonus here this evening. Has to be careful not to be disrespectful of the power that stands opposite him. Versatile will look to uncork with a combination from hell, looking to take souls here this evening. But Josh doing a great job so far, Doc, with the pulls and going to the body. Going to the body like Jay always calls for.
Yeah, that's how you take away a pull counter battle every time, Doctor.
Yeah, you just uppercut to the body instead. You can really do some damage, and you can sometimes get the stun, but the stun to the head, the drop there, the jumping now, going for the stat guard does get denied now. What is Dana calls cool? Lovely denies by both of these guys here, and the grappling now initiated by Robbie Lawler. Could try to work a cut, could do some posturing up damage. There's a lot of different options down here, Joe.
Yeah, and you said we wouldn't get to the ground. Now, listen, now we are here on the ground. Never mind. We're back to having this boxing match.
Dana White does what the fuck he wants, decides to stand up and does, much to the viewing pleasure of everybody involved in this bout. Another body shot, but the headshot lands. Robbie Lawler. Oh
my God.
Yeah, that was close. And Dana White messed up. When he countered to body, he shouldn't have doubled up and thrown another shot. He should have got out of there after the one.
Yeah, no taking pictures, especially when somebody possesses the equalizing power that Robbie Lawler does in both hands. He now is on the offense, Doc, trying to, stalk the center of that cage, push Dana White behind into an uppercut. Wow.
And the uppercut saving his life. Many lives have been saved from it, but Dana White's still in. But Robbie Lawler so far looking like the better fighter so far.
Oh!
After the bell.
Jerain Durandamine lands and causes a cut. I don't know if a point should be deducted from that. I'm sure that Toby, our unofficial, official round scorer, will let us know his opinions in between these rounds. But
gives it 10-9 to Josh, even though Josh got dropped twice.
Jesus.
Oh, that was biased.
Yeah, he's a bit.
Nice head kick. I type verse. I don't know. Okay, there it is.
Up in the pocket.
Hype train complete at level 2. Hells yes, we appreciate you guys. Nice and early as these guys continue to give all of the action into the cage. Robbie Lawler not looking great in terms of the damage, but that equalizing power is real. Left hand
straight coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. straight down the barrel with that left hand. And again, J-Dime.
Oh my. Man, I don't know how much Dana can take. That 98 chin is protecting him because he should be out right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, he should be.
100%, man. 100%. Oh, nice. Pull.
Nobody!
Oh, jeez. Nice. Dana White's head health eternally blinking right now. Versatile has somehow pulled away in this matchup, but the slip hook almost catches him clean.
Oh.
There we go. No,
Josh is
not
trying to
overhead
work
from
that
hell.
bodywork. Oh, that slip somehow.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay. I mean, the head movement kept him in there. It's fair game. Josh is trying to get that bit of that bodywork done because due to the knockdowns, he's lost a lot of that stam. So he's just trying to make that stam advantage less evident, and he has done a good job of it. But now he's got to get back to that head, working that head to get the 2 knockdowns that he's already lost to Versatile here.
Oh my God! Body. Back to the head.
Oh. He waited and threw another hook at him. He may have made this comeback. It's getting close. Now momentum has shifted, Cyrus.
Absolutely, it has. Dana White back in the driving seat, at least momentarily. A couple of knees on the inside. Got Versatile second guessing his approach. He opens up, but you can see the hesitation, Doc. He knows that one wrong move may get him sent to the land of wind and whispers.
Yeah, I think that's for both of them, honestly. Like, both of them, and like that, their head health is so low right now that one clean hook with the power of both of these men can really just send them to the Shadow Realm, Jay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for one of these round shots to get pulled, and I'm waiting for that body shot again, Cyrus.
100%, man. It's there. It's money. Obviously, these guys looking for counters for it, I'm sure, but especially at this stage. Oh! Ah! Left hand lands. Elbow almost connects.
Oh my God. 10
This is a
seconds
great
left.
fight. Stylistically, this was a great fight here. Up
Yup,
kick.
kick saves him.
Saves him again.
That's her
beautiful.
style. This is her style fight to lose.
Sheesh.
Who wins in a
is
fight,
Versatile.
Cyrus or John Anik? I would never fight John Anik. That man's a legend. Oh, Jesus. We are going into the third and final round of the second fight of Primetime 120. These guys are leaving it all in here.
Oh.
A slip hook lands.
Oh.
Oh!
It's over.
Oh my God.
Now it's
Has he
over.
got it?
Now it's over.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And he's out of there.
The rage was real right there. I don't understand how you can be angry. I mean, both guys left it all in there. Should hold your head high. The only thing that let one of the fighters down was the rage quit. But that's okay. That's okay. We move upwards and onwards. Much respect. That was an incredible knock.
That was. I mean, that was a war and a half, blood litter in the octagon. I mean, looking at the predictions, Josh was also the betting favourite there, and Versatile came out and put on one hell of a fight from top to bottom, winning each round before then he took that third and managed to get the finish, finally being able to jump on it.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's a big surprise. I'll be honest with you, just the way that that all happened. So the entire fight was craziness. I was not expecting it to go down to the absolute wire like that, but the way that those guys fought, they, like I said, had the hearts of absolute champions, but Versatile being the betting underdog is a bit of a surprise. He's been around the scene for a long time. We've seen that guy do great things inside the cage. The next one, though, Doc, if I am not mistaken, is a little bit of a change from the graphic. I'm sorry to say. We do not have John Africa here this evening. There has been an area issue, so internet is down, and as a result, we have an undefeated prospect stepping into his shoes, if you will, or stepping into his place. Ranked number 22, Chasman, who is undefeated at 2-0, going up against what remains of Coxie in this next bout. I believe it's still at welterweight. Isn't that right also, my man?
Yes. It is a welterweight.
Lovely stuff. Just need a couple of moments as these guys get the new link for this gentleman right here. But as we do have a couple of moments over here, J-Dime. Just want to throw it forward to the rest of the card. We know that there's a lot of storylines building here this evening, and I feel like obviously we'll have a little bit more time to speak about the main card as we move towards that, but one that I really wanted to highlight at the moment is Ripe and what remains of Not Nasty. Not Nasty has come out and absolutely burst onto the scene as far as I'm concerned. Not won every single one of his fights, but looked fantastic regardless of the opponent. Really, really showcased his true, well-rounded mixed martial arts ability and has an entertaining style to boot. And he now gets the opportunity to go up against, as you well know, one of my favorite fighters to see, a guy that has not been able to maybe reach the heights that he has his eyes set on quite yet with that championship belt, but a guy that's been around that upper top 5 for a very long time, and that's Ripe MMA. I think that's an incredible fight for the featured fight of the prelims.
Yeah, that's a fight that we could see that rematch in the future, even before this even happening, because I think this could be a great fight, because from what I've seen from McNasty, from Not Nasty, has been great. Even when he lost, he looked good, and Ripe has almost been like a gatekeeper. Like, Ripe is almost there to the title every time. So like, if Nasty is able to get past Ripe, he has cemented his legacy as a true title contender. It's as a real problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the storylines in the making for those guys easily could see them both being around the top of the division, and maybe the starting of a rivalry between those two competitors. But the good news is there, Doctor, that the next bout is ready. It is raring to go, and it is, as I said, between the undefeated prospect Chasman up against what remains of Coxie. Welterweight's a fun weight class, 4-star picks only, of course, and we're going to get to see a Conor McGregor up against Jorge Masvidal. Jorge being very busy and active here this season.
There are so many picks in welterweight. There are so many like good fun picks. You got Condit, you got Maya, you got Magny, you got Mike Kamala, just to name a few. You got Chiesa if you feel really, really out your depth, and people just seem to gravitate towards McGregor and Masvidal. I mean, they're fairly good strikers, but there are also other fighters around the place, Joe.
Yeah, but we're not here to just to have a high-level fight. We're here to have a good time, and these two fighters are fan favorite picks, Cyrus.
No, exactly right. Absolutely, they are. And you know, when you want to come out here and showcase some beautiful destruction, you want fighters who have the skill sets to be able to accomplish that. These guys have the silkier of the striking that you will see. And yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, especially with the fan base that these guys have. They're massive fighters, you know. Got a large supporting. And whether you love them or hate them, every single fucking bout is always an entertaining one. I like this matchup a lot, actually. I'd love to see this. No, like them actually fight.
Yeah. I thought it was going to happen at one point. Like, it would have been very marketable as long as they're not wearing these color shorts.
I mean, at least it's not yellow shorts, which you can have the option of doing. So, I mean, going back to this fight, though, so far you've seen Chasman working with the body jab very early on. Very nice use, sophisticated, and all those approaches. Masvidal's very calm as well. He's only exploding when he knows he's going to land. So both of these guys are very intelligent within their striking and they're waiting for the right moment, it seems, Joe.
Yeah, they are. They're very calculated, very methodical right now. I'm just waiting for one big moment to happen, and that moment may happen real soon, Cyrus.
Very well could do, man. These guys do have the equalizing power to turn out the lights of their opponents at a moment's notice. I will say, though, that being behind in a stamina battle, even this slightly, up against a Conor McGregor, is a recipe for fucking disaster. Has been that way since he burst onto the scene. Every game he's been on, do not give this man a stamina advantage, or he will continue to snipe you with that left hand on rinse and repeat. Now, it seems to be what he's trying to do at the moment. He's trying to be evasive, but he's getting a little carried away with combinations, Jay. Just kind of taking pictures a little bit and eating some combinations back from Coxie as a result.
Yeah, he's sitting there admiring his work, which you can't do as a fighter. You got to get yours and get out of there, doctor.
Yeah, you really just have to exit, not take pictures, and just really keep the activity. Especially when it comes to McGregor, his footwork is one of the highest. I mean, even as 4 stars, and at welterweight he's got very quick footwork. So you need to make sure you're always using that here, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right, man. Exactly right. Um, a nice catch of the kick, and he utilizes it to change the position and at least get cage control momentarily. You can see the Chazman now having to second guess his entries. But a beautiful timed opening right there. Landing that uppercut, landing good damage. You can see that Coxie is concentrating on the body, trying to equalize out that stamina as we approach the end of the first round, J-Dime. But I feel like these guys making real-time adjustments, both of them. And I like to see it. You know, they're thinking fighters. They're not just out there trying to kind of let shit fly. They're taking an educated approach to making sure that they get the maximum violence in that cage.
Yeah, sometimes it's cool for fighters not to sit there in the pocket and brawl and to think and to set them up. I like seeing the chess match sometimes, Doctor.
Yeah, it's one of the most enjoyable things. It's seeing how people adjust, how people change, and those are kind of the biggest thing, or where you see the skill gap really come from. It's the fight IQ, and it's just tiny little adjustments you start to see, especially as you get higher up in the card. You do start seeing these early prelims, but as you get higher and higher up, you just see that more and more start to happen here, Cyrus.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we have our unofficial, official round scorer in Toby Ruins MMA, giving it 10-9 Chaz, a close round. So yeah, I have to say I agree with it. I think a very, very close round, but Chaz got the better of the damage. Coxie definitely made some of the adjustments, and he's doing a good job right now landing some good damage, Jay. Slip straight, slip hooks, all connecting for the most part. Just gonna be a little bit careful for that left hand coming back in the return.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm waiting for that one big moment because, like I said, it's a close match right now. That one big moment will change momentum of all of this.
Yeah, it's a methodical fight. It really is just waiting to get past that block to land that one power shot. Both of these guys have got plenty of power. I'm really surprised we haven't seen some major blow up.
Oh, Jesus!
There you go.
There's the one. There's the one. There's the one.
There it is.
That's there. Now this is where it ends. This is where it ends.
Beautiful. Just as one of the true OGs of the community, Bang Bang, comes into the chat with his 9th month resub. We appreciate you, my guy. Yeah, absolutely. He came out there and did what B3 does, and that's let those hands go, J-Dime. Absolutely unloaded with the combination, continued to keep up that pressure, and ultimately, Jorge Masvidal had nowhere to run, got caught up against that cage line. Ah, Jesus. You cannot let Conor get that stamina advantage, bro. You just cannot do it. You can't do it.
Yeah, you lost at that point because why does Conor have the stamina advantage? That's supposed to be his weakness, and you're letting him get the advantage in that area of MMA. It's over.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Absolutely. An incredible fight to continue the action here at Primetime 120. Conor McGregor making that left hand work for him as expected, and as we have all become accustomed to seeing at this point in the run. We will move upwards and onwards to the next one. And Doctor, it is a fun one, my man. It is between BK, Playboy Drew, and Tier. These guys both 3-1. Slightly different points. You know, Playboy Drew a little bit higher in the rankings. He did come off a loss in his last bout, although he is traditionally a very, very fun fighter. Of course, he's looking to bounce back and get back into the win column for a guy that was undefeated up until that point. You know, his confidence probably not taking too much of a knock. But Tier, obviously, one of those guys that's been a bit sneaky, Doc. He's kind of snuck his way into that top 15, and I feel like now is his moment to really make a splash in this division.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both of them are fairly good across the board. I mean, I was just looking up. Playboy's last fight was against KM Caliber, who then went on to fight for the belt. So that's how long it's been. He's been a bit inactive since then. He's now making his return, so maybe a bit of ring rust to come off. But against someone like an up and comer who's who's 3-1 on a +1 in the bantamweight division, you gotta assume that he's still going to have those abilities and still going to go show off, especially when you're using someone like Cody Garbrandt here.
See, the thing is, Jay, there's two schools of thought, right? You can be after you take your first loss, you can either take take that time and kind of really maybe adjust or address the reasons that you lost, or even just have a mental break before coming back and trying to make that run. And then other guys like to get straight back in there and try to kind of chase that and get back into the win column. Now, I feel like in this case, this guy probably obviously knows himself better than anybody else. That time away probably has served him well. And I'm very, very intrigued to see how they come back into this, because both guys were undefeated until their last matchup. And, well, in fact, not the other guy, one guy. But either way, they're 3-1. Both guys 3-1. Things change quite a bit when you become 3-2 and so on and so forth. That's not the way you obviously want your career or run to go, especially as we approach the last 5 cards of the season.
Yeah, and sometimes you need to get that loss. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it takes that pressure off you because you're trying to protect that. Oh, now you can play a little more free in the pocket, Doctor.
Yeah, especially. But the issue here is for Rivera. I think Rivera can get away with that pocket game. That's going to be the case across the board. I mean, for him, ideally, shoot a takedown, work the chin, then get back on the feet, then start engaging. For Cody, he needs to get the stamina advantage early and then really just go at it quickly. But both of these guys are just working the body here, it seems, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's a bad move, especially for El Kukui to attack the body. I mean, if you're using Jimmy Rivera, same as if you're using Josh Emmett, you've just got to go to the old Dan Hendo approach, and that's shuffle, H-bomb, and double legs. You do that kind of mixture of techniques, and you're probably going to have a lot of success. They've got power in their hands, and of course, they've got the wrestling acumen to really get themselves ahead in the fight and dictate where the fight takes place. But it's easier said than done when you're standing against somebody of the boxing pedigree of Cody Garbrandt and Playboy Drew, who continues to make that jab work for him. Although he is getting clipped a little bit, he's at least forcing El Kukui to stay in the realm he wants him to be in, Jay, and that's the striking.
Yeah. Oh, but when you're Cody, you cannot get tagged like that, because a few punches will put you down because he has no chin, Doctor.
Yeah. That's the one good part about when you fight Cody, is although this man can kill you in 3 shots, you can kill him in 3 shots only due to his chin. So that's always a nice added bonus. But again, I'd like to see this Rivera, as it comes down to these last 2 minutes here, try go for a takedown. Just get some of that postured up damage done. Can really work that chin that way. And you don't have to be too worried about that defense either, because you're the one on top. And so it's all about working that chin there.
Yeah. With 1:20 left in the first round, the very first round, and with a takedown being secured, Cody Garbrandt having a very, very tough time. He is a front runner. Of course, when that chin pops, it just can't stop. So the fact he's got clipped this early on is definitely problematic. I don't know how he's going to adjust coming into this second round, Jay, but I feel like being elusive is #1 priority. You've still got 2 rounds, knowing that, and trying to, even maybe just trying to point your way through the next round to get yourself back into the fight, I feel like is probably a smart move if you're Cody. You cannot get into any sort of phone booth sort of wars.
Yeah, and I think this is smart for Jimmy Rivera. Even if he don't land those punches, he can take his block down going into the next round. And now you can hurt Cody again, Cyrus.
Exactly right. 3 seconds to go in the opening round of this 3-round bout on our prelims. Absolutely massive amounts of success for Jimmy Rivera. Everybody coming into this bout, or most people, would automatically think that the Cody player is probably going to have a bit of an edge due to the head movement, the footwork, and the speed of his punches. But as you saw, the absolute veteran savvy of El Kukui, and that cardio and weathering force that Jimmy Rivera has got him ahead in this bout, at least to this point. But as you can see, Jay, Cody Garbrandt not going out without a fight, my man, letting those hands really, really fly, and just seeing how this entire thing will shake out.
Yeah, it's never over with Cody until you put him out, because he still does have that 98 power, Doc.
Yeah, he still has a 98 power. He can still give as much as he can take. And I mean, with Cody, I really think right now he needs to be going on forward. He's playing too much on that back foot. He needs to be putting the pace on, especially given the fact Rivera will also be looking for those takedowns if he can get it. He had a lot of success with that ground and pound. It seemed little, but it was quite a lot at the same time. Head movement as well. If you're Cody, start leading with the lead hook, and that's a fabulous takedown, but lovely deny there, getting straight back into it, working that body or head's going to do some serious damage here as well.
You see, you say it's a fabulous takedown. I will say that uppercut was perfectly timed. I was amazed it did not land. That shit bugs me the holy hell. But oh my god, Jimmy Rivera getting a beautiful combination to land, clips Cody Garbrandt, and straight to the takedown, J-Dime. Absolutely showing that fight IQ to 1,000. I mean, incredible work so far.
Yeah, this is tough if you're Cody Garbrandt because you're already losing the damage battle. And if you want to get back in a fight, you're going to have to put yourself in harm's way, Cyrus.
Oh, definitely. And he's trying, man. He came out into this round and he really did have some really good moments of success, but to sustain that over 5 minutes against somebody that has the power of Jimmy, it's difficult, man. It's really difficult. Now, of course, he's looking for one big moment. Once he's got him rocked, he does have the stamina to just go nuclear on this boy and absolutely try to get him out that fight in one. But he's ice skating uphill, Doc. You know, really, really struggling right now to get himself back to his feet and just to kind of mitigate that damage a little bit of Jimmy. But there it is. Beautiful.
Some lovely reversal. I mean, the biggest issue so far, though, is I can see you mentioned the stamina. He's still having plenty of stamina, but the stamina difference between them, at least within the grappling world, is something where you don't engage in, and that's a very good call by Cody. It's going to be better if he keeps it to the feet and really just tries to play this game. That uppercut should have done way more there.
Yeah, I don't know why that uppercut did nothing, but Jimmy Rivera's in the driver's seat. Oh my goodness, 2 knees right now. He has a stamina advantage. Cody has to start throwing them hands, Cyrus.
Exactly right. He really does. You know, only 20 seconds left in this round. Worst that happens, you get takedown, or I mean, you get put out. But you've already been clipped a few times. You're behind in this bout, and you need damage to land. I suppose that cardio could become a factor as they go into the 3rd round, but there it is. A little flurry to end us out, J-Dime. That's exactly what we were looking to see, but he needs a lot more of that coming into the 3rd and final round because this man needs a finish, at least by my scorecards.
Man, yeah, he does need a finish. He needs a Leon Edwards pep talk right now, and he has to throw his hands. He cannot play passive now. You are down 2-0, Doctor.
Yeah, you're down 2-0. You need to really be pushing the pace and leading the fight. He's playing on that back foot so far for the last 2 rounds. He needs to be holding the middle of the octagon, just jab, straight, look into block break, look for any big counts you can. See, like when he's throwing, he does go to throw more than a 2-piece. He's landing, he's doing some really good damage, but then he gets hit again, and then he gets scared. And I mean, yeah, Cody's chin isn't great, but also at this point, it's really just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah. See, I honestly feel like the one thing that's got him caught the entire fight is the one thing that he's still trying to do right now, and that's that he punches and he just waits like 2 seconds before he steps out, Jay, and I don't understand. Gets him caught. Gets him caught again. As he gets clipped, and this may be it. No? Wow.
How is he still alive? Yeah, this is bad. This is bad right now. He has to set his feet. He's been getting backed up this whole match, Doc. It's over. Now it's actually over.
Gotta be, man.
It's gotta be.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That was a menacing, no mercy elbow from Jimmy right there. He cocked that one back and absolutely unloaded a elbow, Doctor, to end this bout. Even Herb Dean jumped in very quickly after that one, and he's the, you know, he'll let it go a little bit, but not in this one.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, TYR played a really good fight. I think that's the only way. He played it very perfectly, very well. He pushed the pace when he needed to. He backed off. He grappled to give a bit of a different look, so Cody didn't get too comfortable in that striking. Jay, I think he executed all of that game plan to a T.
Yeah, perfect game plan, almost a perfect fight. He's bleeding because you know you can't swim without getting wet, but he performed to the best of his ability, Cyrus.
Absolutely he did. Absolutely he did. A fun one, man. A really, really fun one. Another one that goes down in the history books of what is set to be an incredible Primetime 120. This entire card living up to all of the hype and some as to be expected. The Primetime guarantee in full effect here this evening. We have 2 more fights on these prelims, Doctor, before we move on to the main card and all of the madness that promises to ensue. But this prelims is going to be capped out by AKA Dave up against FSK Bossman, and then Ripe MMA up against What Remains of Nasty that we covered a little bit earlier on. But AKA Dave, FSK Bossman. Yes, go on. Have I missed one?
And then Prox.
Oh, I've missed one. I've missed one. I apologize. There's 3 fights. left here this evening. I built it up pretty well as well. That's kind of gutting. No, I'm joking. That's either way. And in Proxer, Eagle MMA.
Fights,
that's Oh, I'm glad that we didn't miss it, Doc. And good eagle eyes, my man. So I changed that. We are now good. I believe this is it. These are them. These are them. Yes, I think so.
Jacare Souza? What the hell?
Dang, what's wrong with Jacare Souza?
I mean, nothing. I'm pretty sure his chin's like 87.
Mate, Jacare's a beast. Don't you insult me.
Oh, I mean, I don't deny that fact, but I'm pretty sure his chin's 87. Which if he's fighting a Kevin Holland with 94 power, you're really going to have to be using the grappling stats of Souza and really hoping you do not get clipped at a moment's notice. But well, I think we're about to find out.
Yeah, I think we've seen him use Jacare in the past. To be quite honest with you, that's like reverse specs is Eagle MMA, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has. He's really good with him. He's really good.
Kevin Holland. Hold on. Do you know a bad picture in my head of Kevin Holland knocking out Jacare Souza right now?
Well, we may see that tonight. We may not. We're about to find out.
Ooh.
Oh, nice front kick lands early, really setting the pace and the range. Kevin Holland traditionally doesn't have the best takedown defense, but able to stuff that one right there, Doctor, and reverse position to the cage. Even looking to engage with some grappling of his own, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think Souza has turning singles. I think he may have a double leg, but that is it. So, I mean, for Eagle MMA here, it's going to be very much the case of relying on the clinch, the cage takedowns, just shots like that. So far, though, Kevin Holland keeping that takedown defense fairly high, working the body on the tie whip clinch. Afterwards, just trying to get that stamina advantage, which is a good idea when you know someone's looking for the grappling, because as soon as you've got the stamina advantage in grappling, it makes subs harder, it makes all grappling easier. It's a lovely shot there on the front kick there, Joe.
Yeah, it was, and nice clinch defense. And I think Jacare Souza has to get it to the ground somehow, because I wouldn't entertain just kickboxing with him. I have to make it dirty, mix in some clinches, Cyrus.
You know, I think you're absolutely right. Even those little double leg bails, man. Just whatever you need to, man. Close the distance. Get in on him a little bit. Good calf kicks right now, though. I'm liking that from him. Trying to attack that base a little bit. Set up those takedowns. Make them a little easier. Has Jacare still got, like, the crazy spinning kicks? He has. Surely,
yeah.
Right?
He has. I don't know the button brushes with them. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, so far, though, Kevin Holland leading the fight so far. Souza managing to circle out away from his cage using the clinch there. Lovely job. But, again, it's just a case of Kevin Holland is peppering the block and anything he can really hit, while Souza tries to come back with not as much power so far, it seems, Joe.
Yeah. And are we just going to get a kickboxing match between Jacare Souza? There. Thank you, Cyrus. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. Able to get the takedown eventually, as Jay was calling for, mixing it up a little bit. Only has a minute left to work, but at least a little bit of time to get some reads and test Kevin Holland's abilities on the mat.
Nice. There we go. That's his type of fight that he has to have. You're not going to just kickbox with Kevin Holland. That's stupid. That's equivalent to Kevin Holland trying to take you down.
Well, seems like Eagle MMA is just happy to land this ground and pound towards the end of the round. 3 big explosions of ground and pound. Just in full guard, not the best position, but I mean, it took him a while for there, so it made sense. He wanted to play it safe. He wanted to get single strikes in, possibly steal the round from it. So I think it's overall a fairly good game plan, and I think he won that round from it. So that's very well done.
I appreciate the chat for highlighting this. This isn't Proxer. This is Maroof. It was switched up in the back, was not highlighted on my card for me, so yes. I apologize for Proxer for getting you wrong, and for Maroof. This is Maroof fighting Eagle MMA, not Proxer.
Yes, it is.
Corrections, yes. My bad. Not really, but kind of. Dead wrong. It's okay. We'll Oh, Jesus. Good work from Maruf to get back to pressing that action, trying to use the body roundhouse to attack that base, attack that cardio a little bit. Even gets the risky little bow doctor, but continues to land pretty actively.
Yeah, he's landing pretty accurately so far. It seems to be for Souza. It's very calm and patient, trying to find his shots. But Kevin Holland, some of these shots he's missing, he just isn't quite getting his distance right, and it makes me think that he's really wanting to give back as soon as he gets hit, and he just needs to calm that down a bit, Joe.
Yeah, and that's great. That's beautiful by Jacare Souza right there. And this is the fight that he wants right here. I don't think Kevin Holland can knock him out from off his back like he did in real life on this game, Cyrus.
No, exactly right. But that hammer fist from Bolton definitely not going to pay off. We will see. We will see how this works out. Obviously, it's exactly where he wants to be with 2 minutes fucking 35 left on the clock. Shout out Baron Von Jedi in the chat. Hope you're well, my man. Good work, man. This is really good work from Jacare. This is what he needed, Jay. This is what he really needed. And with a lot more time to work right now, this is a great kind of little bit of momentum for him as he gets deny after deny and makes Kevin Holland a little bit worried, I'd imagine, of submissions just like that.
Oh, and he's trying to get him in a Darce too. And dang, that took almost the whole bar. One more sub, and that's all she wrote, Doctor.
Indeed, it is. He can go for another Darce. Kimura is here if he wants to go back to side control. Current to Kimura and Darce from that position as well. It's all up to him so far. A Gilly and a Darce here as well. Jacare Souza's got a bunch of opportunities. If I'm Kevin Holland, I'm not going up. That's for certain, because you're just asking for the Gilly counter there.
I was about to say, if I was him, I'd go to half guard. I wouldn't go nowhere else, Doctor.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Nice. Very nice, man. Very fucking nice. I think he might have him here. No, good denial.
Yeah, but deny back and the arrow.
Oh, Jesus.
It's over. He
does it.
Look how red he is. Oh, my God.
Bro, he does it again. Eagle's a threat on that match, bro. He is. Absolutely fantastic work by the one and only Eagle MMA. Making Jacare Souza look easy. Once again, Doc. Put questions on his chin. He doesn't need a chin when he submits people that efficiently.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of the game plan you did expect from Souza, to shoot that takedown, to be looking for those subs. He's a submission specialist for a reason. And that's what Eagle did. He got the first sub, he's got that Darce, he set up the RNC straight afterwards. Kevin Holland was like, okay, I need to get back up to my feet, and then he was able to sink in through that RNC, and that was kind of the way that fight went. It was a good game plan by Souza, fantastic uses of playing on that back foot to make Kevin Holland come forward to then find the takedowns, and then you getting it down to the mat as well.
Absolutely. Well, credit where credit is due. Eagle does it once again, getting another massive W here this evening, willing to take on any opponent at any time. Credit to Maruf for stepping up on short notice. We apologize once again, getting the readout wrong at the beginning. But with that all being said, we move upwards and onwards to the next one. And if I'm not mistaken, Doctor, this is going to be between AKA Dave up against FSK Bossman, one that many people have been eagerly anticipating since the card was announced.
Yeah, so this fight is definitely a big one for both these dudes. Bossman's finally coming up through the prelims a bit more. He's had his few fights on the unaired. I think he may have won one more in the previous card. Now he's into the number 16 rank. Dave coming off a loss off of the main card. He did previously beat Mix-Up, fighting Naznim, who's now at the top of our main card if you look, but now he's onto that prelim side of things. So for Dave, it's definitely a fight where he's looking to come back. He's looking to restate his ability to come into that, to stay on that top 10. For Bossman, it's very much this opposite. It's, okay, I want to get into that top 10. Dave's that fight who's going to be looking to take the loss that I need for that win, Jay.
Yeah, and I think Dave may be the most dangerous fight in PT just because you don't know what you're going to get. Either, yeah, like either you're going to get Dave that you seen last week, or you're going to see Dave that beat up mix-ups.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. Mix-ups, not mix-ups, sorry. Dave, a guy that's either running hot or not, 5-0 to 0-5. We will see how he bounces back. He typically does bounce back well from his first loss more often than not, but this is a tough one nevertheless. He is fighting FSK Bossman, who is a guy that does not like to pull his punches, Doctor, likes to get active with those hands, and I was going to say trying to, but in fair play to Dave, he's trying to meet fire with fire right now.
Yeah, I mean, Dave now starting to really get some shots back. But again, it's that lead hand of Bossman so far has just been in Max Holloway's face consistently. His jabs are well timed, but I say that though, Dave gives back. But I think it's definitely going to be the case of Max Holloway's punch power versus Jorge's here. That's going to be one of the biggest interesting factors here, Joe.
Yeah, or Max's lack of punching power.
That would be it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he can accumulate damage over time, Cyrus.
Oh, absolutely he can. Death by 1,000 cuts is always the aim from a Max Holloway player, but Bossman, of course, looking to just be more efficient. He may not be landing the volume, but he's landing the more damaging of the blows. And once again, manages to get the better of that exchange right there. Another court kick allows him to regain cage control, Doctor. And I will say that Bossman looking dialed in, looking very focused here this evening. Although he's looking to take some risks, he's willing to let those hands fly.
Yeah, he really is. He's just, every time he knows a shot's going to land, he's got another 2 shots behind it, and it's really doing work across the board, especially combined with Jorge's power. It's doing a lot, both of them engaging and brawling there in the middle there, but
nice.
Lovely counters, lovely ducks. I mean, both of these guys' reactions times are on point as well. Bossman's playing like a man out of a time right now.
Yeah, did you see that, man? He threw a combination, ducked a punch, and then did a little stutter step backwards to evade the hook. Like, he's both offensively going crazy and defensively, taking massive risks, but they're paying off, J-Dime. Jesus. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Bossman getting another victory, it seems.
I'm not gonna lie.
No?
Oh, how did he just survive? No. Oh my. Listen, I don't know how judging works, but he deserves like maybe an extra point for somehow getting out of that, because I was for certain it was over, Doctor.
Yeah, you definitely did think it was over towards that, but managing to get the slip of the elbow. That's the thing with the elbows. They're a risky move. They can do a lot of damage. They can stun your opponent, but they also leave you in positions where you suddenly have your back being taken now.
Max Holloway, not so much of a submission threat, and Jorge pretty good at defending, but he will continue to try and attack it. But the defense is strong. Manages to ride through into half guard for the final 5 seconds or so in the opening round. An interesting first round, but I mean, that's Bossman's, right? Let's see the stats. I kind of yeah, it's 100% Bossman. He got a stun and a knockdown. Good. Yeah, I thought that was right.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Dave's out at all. The Max Holloway's chin, death by 1,000 cuts, can still exist. He's got plenty of stamina to really engage, but with the pace Bossman's putting on, I think it may even be able to. That defense is insane. Is the only way to say it, I think.
Yeah, I think that Dave may be getting a little bit frustrated with it as well. But maybe not. Ooh. He did for a moment, refocused, got a little bit wild with it, and now landing combinations of his own. Still throwing out a couple of cartwheel kicks, J-Dime and the like, just to try and keep Bossman honest, but a measured approach from Bossman, just non-stop, continuous, strikes going the way of Dave.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Dave's getting beat up, but it's not over. Dave has a weird way of just surviving.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, Dave's doing really good at moving his head at points as well, but...
This is just whoever gets clipped first, I feel like, at this point. Their defense is impeccable. You just need one of them to break, and then the barrage of shots that both of these guys are firing will start landing cleanly. And so far, 2 minutes into this round, neither guy's looking like they're going to be able to get clipped just yet.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
it may be close to the end. I don't know. Okay, that was weird. Why did he put his own back on the cage?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, I feel like there's a bit of frustration from Dave now. These cartwheel kicks are no longer set up at the right range. He's
Oh!
getting caught on the inside. Bossman smells blood in the water.
desperation
How was he here?
coming
Oh,
through, but
he may be dead.
Bossman-
Yeah,
Oh, he's dead. Max Chin can't protect him here.
yeah,
His chin
100%.
can't protect him. It's over.
Jesus, man.
Yeesh.
No, you knew it, man. Like he smelled blood in the water in that moment when he started throwing cartwheel kicks from the inside. Bossman said, "Okay, he's asking for an opportunity to be taken out," and he obliged him. Went forward, didn't miss a shot. Everything on the block or through the block, and ultimately getting another big W is FSK Bossman. A crazy competitor, man. This guy, like I said, doesn't like to throw punch, doesn't like to pull his punches even, whether that be inside or outside the cage. Always ready to throw down at a moment's notice, and was able to get a big victory once again here this evening. As this guy's going to try and build back towards future title shots, I am sure. Yeah, but Bossman's a credible threat, man. Like when he's on, Jay, when he's on, like he's pretty menacing. He can do it all.
Yeah, Dino said in the chat, "Boss man on low ping don't lose." That's what he said.
Well, it would appear not. Absolutely incredible performance once again. Dave looking really good at moments in that fight as well, but we know which way it was, and that was the way of FSK Bossman by the end of that entire run. Another feather in his cap and another victory under his belt. He now advances to 4-1 within the division on a +3 win streak. Excellent movement from FSK Bossman. Another guy doing very well within the FSK camp, as you see two of his teammates challenging or fighting for the primetime gold here this evening, the main event. J-Dime note, we have arrived to that time of the featured fight of this evening, of the prelims at least, and that is between two guys that are highly anticipated, two guys that have quickly become the favorite fighters of many people around the cage. Some people may have said a gatekeeper for some at Ripe MMA because he has not quite been able to accomplish the goal, but everybody knows what this guy brings to the table, and that is an incredible fight style, a very high fight IQ, and the ability to deliver with finishes more often than not. And he has an incredible dance partner to do that with here this evening. Somebody that's a little bit newer to the scene, what remains for Not Nasty. An incredible competitor, a guy that was able to withstand and not be submitted by the onslaught of Brazil Lucas, but a guy that was able to also put the hands out there when he had the opportunity and get a couple of highlight knockouts along the way as well. This one, my man, couldn't be a better fight for the featured fight of the prelims.
Interesting. I'm very interested in this fight because I believe to become champ, you have to beat up Ripe. Ripe is just that guy that's just in the way. Like Ripe's, and he's a really good fighter. It's right. Like Ripe is almost there, but he could never get over the hump, Doc.
leave Ripe alone.
I'm not bashing Ripe. I'm just saying he's always right there. He just can't ever get over the hump.
He hasn't yet. He hasn't yet, man. But look,
I don't know about the yet.
no lessons.
Oh, he's bound to at some point. I mean, he's right. He's always been there consistently. I mean, a bit like this Edwards, I'm intrigued by. I don't really know his stats off the top of my head, but it's bound to be an interesting fight when fighting Border as well.
Okay, some weird movement so far. Maybe just trying to find a footing. A couple of combinations on the inside. An elbow from planted and blocking. There are some feints being shown to each other as well. I imagine that Not Nasty is going to be the guy that ultimately is the one that decides to walk forward and start to really try and turn up the temperature of this bout, J-Dime, but maybe not. Ripe MMA seems to be more than content to stand in that center right now.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in what Leon Edwards' stats are because I've never seen no one use this version of Leon Edwards since I started playing this game.
Yeah, you don't really see it very often. I mean, apparently it's good enough to be using against someone like Lawler, who we did see earlier on in the card. That man's got power in his hands for days, and seeing the pace at which Robbie Lawler wants to play against the cage right now, I mean, it's really showcasing it.
Really efficient boxer is Not Nasty, man. I like this guy's boxing skills. He just doesn't waste very much at all. And it's what allowed him to survive against Brazil Lucas with all of the grappling onslaughts as well. It's what makes him very difficult to hit, but not impossible, as Ripe is showing. Some combinations start to bleed through J-Dime. Beautiful, beautiful kind of sequence there from Edwards.
Yeah, and I knew this was going to be a good fight, and I didn't expect Leon Edwards to be standing that close to him during this fight, Doctor.
Yeah, I mean, so far, Ripe's main combo that he's been landing consistently has been that jab rear hook, because of whenever you see Lauder start to really get aggressive and go throw a combo, Ripe's there just to cut it very quickly off with that jab rear hook, it seems so far.
Nice. Left hook continues to crunch him. Not Nasty utilizing a lot of shots from his right hand to walk Leon Edwards into that big power hand of his left right there. He's done it a few times. Every time he circles right, he gets the lead hand. Every time he circles left, he gets the rear. Not Nasty being very, very efficient. And Ripe is almost looking... He's looking a bit different to me, Jay. I don't know, man. He's been a bit weird with it. Kind of throwing like inside elbows and kind of looking for some different types of shots.
Yeah, he's fighting more on the inside than I'm used to, and if I'm him, I'm not standing on the inside. I'm using my feet for defense.
Yeah, especially against a Robbie Lawler pick.
Yeah.
All picks, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if Ripe's trying to fight with some ego tonight. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's just certain things that he's trying to do specifically with this type of Leon Edwards, who does have really good inside elbows, but it's not worked. It's not worked. He needs to change it up, and some of those combinations that he is known for may allow him to really pull ahead in this one. Although, saying that, he won that one.
He won the round, yeah,
at least as far as the round goes, as far as the like statistics in the round, which are not truly indicative.
It's a nasty, which is interesting. So maybe a split round that way.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he landed bigger damage is the thing. I thought Nasty landed the bigger damage, and damage is the main scoring factor, so... Dino Gamer says that the bias is crazy. Leon won the first round. Bro, I love both of these guys. What are you talking about? How many times have I said that Ripe may be my favorite guy to watch compete? You come at me with that Dino. I'm not having it.
So, if I'm Ripe about the elbows, I mean, if he wants to play his dirty inside game that we've all talked about so far, clinch elbows. Get those clinch elbows. They should be high rated. I mean, imagine even on the Outer Ego, they're probably 5-star. And so if you're Ripe so far, I'm going throw a couple shots down range, make Lauder scared to throw back, and then you clinch, and then start elbowing his face up. Get that and work a cut that way as well.
Oh, nice. Jesus, man. Trying to really let go with those overhand, really chasing some damage now is Nasty. Some good answering back from Ripe MMA, getting the better of those sequences right there. A couple of exchanges with the left hand continues to land for Leon Edwards. Elbow into a lead hook. Beautiful work.
Oh, nice.
Oh, again, the jab straight.
Oh, he's about to put him down. He's about to put him down.
Wow,
he's unloading. He's unloading, and now I'm scared. Look at come and the up kick. I think that may have made him mad. I think that's what happened. Him getting stunned hurt. It hurt his ego, and he said he got to get it back in blood.
Definitely
really expecting the head kick.
Oh, nice. That damage actually stacking up real quick as well. Who's he coming in for?
Robbie.
Oh shit.
They're not stopping this fight. This fight is not getting.
Well, a fun one continues. Doctor did not step in for this one. We are at round 2, towards the midway point, or just past the midway point. Leon Edwards also has a big laceration around that right eye. Wouldn't be surprised if the Doctor gets involved, if he continues to get connected there. But what a combination lands for Leon. Beautiful work.
Oh, now it's time. Will Robbie respond?
I mean, he's the one pushing the pace as well, which is the really interesting part here. He's the one pushing the pace, and Ripe's playing on that back foot a lot so far. That rear hook is just waiting to find its mark there on Lawler's chin.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh.
Only one more needs to land. But that head movement keeps right in until no! Oh my god! What a fucking
be
right
over.
hand! Beautiful!
It's over. And listen, he showed that he's a real contender. He overcame the hump, which is ripe, which was in the weight. And he didn't leave there unscarred, unscathed. That was a tough fight, Cyrus.
Oh god damn, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. What an incredible fight. One that we knew deserved to be in a featured spot here this evening. Ripe, not able to get the victory, of course. Always an incredible competitor, but Nasty living up to his namesake, Doc. And just, there was moments in that fight where he kind of bit down on that gum shield and said, fuck it, started unloading with overhands, continued to land really seasoned striking and boxing. Just I'm a fan of this guy and what he brings to the table. Entertaining, I feel, doesn't even truly cut with the way that Nasty fights.
Yeah, it really does. That was a beautiful fight by Nasty there. That comeback at the end was definitely something. Edwards arguably had that in the bag. He was looking the better fight. He had the more knockdowns. He had the pace, I would argue. But then it was just one well-timed straight. It's just out of nowhere as Edwards is getting too aggressive. And he just... That was what she wrote there. And it's a fantastic job execution there. Just calm and patience until he managed to get the win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this, in fact, let's switch across to this one. This has been an incredible night of fights already. We have just approached the 1 hour odd mark of Primetime 120. We have 15 fights scheduled in total here this evening. That was 7 fights. So for anybody that wanted to do that quick maths, we have 8 fights left here this evening on this main card. As is customary, we take a quick 60-second intermission as we get into this main card. Get everybody ready, get your refreshments, and get yourself prepared to witness all of the virtual violence that ensues. Yeah, do that shit. We'll be right back to continue Primetime 120, building up to the Xbox main event here this evening, where FSK Fadanator puts his belt on the line once again, this time against a teammate and friend in FSK Driz. What is going on, you beautiful bunch of goddamn savages? Primetime 120 is back. All of the action continues. Your virtual violence needs, completely and utterly satisfied throughout the entirety of Primetime 120, we are sure. We have had an incredible night of fights already, and we have seen many striking specialists absolutely duke it out up until this point here this evening, Doctor. This next fight is actually set between two grappling specialists, funnily enough. Going to get us kicked off on this main card as we build towards all of the absolute madness that is promised between the likes of CV, Brazil, Lucas, of course, Goated and Vanio, Naz and Goat. The names continue, man. Trixie, Naz, name. There's too many. There's too many, Doctor. But
this main card's stacked. I think is the only way to say it. It really is stacked. As you mentioned, you've got CV, you've got Brazil, Lucas. But first and foremost, we got K-Got Bills making his return versus MBK Mazzy, who we last saw having a fantastic grappling approach against Ginger Ninja, of all people.
Here we go. This is the fight that we've all been waiting for. Like, this is going to be such a great fight. This is the fight of the night. That's all I can say.
We shall see. Pick your poison with these guys, especially, of course. They you often see with two great grapplers that they typically end up striking. I wonder if that's going to be the case here this evening. I have a feeling maybe not, but we shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see, indeed. Both of them going for the teeping approach. Oliveira, typically a longer fighter, already shooting those takedowns, though. The clinch game of Mazzy, of K-Got Bills, also coming out here.
This already starting better than I thought.
Yeah. Got impressed against the cage, did not like it, so Mazzy took his back, instantly went in for a submission position at least. Was not able to hold that position. K-Got Bills very quickly used it to move down to half guard. Of course, good little pitter-patter to build up that GA Doctor, an advanced position. Side control can be a damaging position, but nicely timed movement from K-Got Bills to move his way back to half guard.
Yeah, now though, Mazzy, you're looking to get that ground and pound offense going, try and get those single strikes on the scorecards. A nice idea so far. He's getting some good knives. He's keeping this top position. He's got the arm triangle sub. He could always threaten, but it looks like he's wanting to get that top mount when he can. But he's got to make sure he sets up correctly, because otherwise, if he's not careful, he could get reversed and then K ends up on top. But so far, he does manage to get the mount here, Jay.
Undeniable. Now
this is good.
That's crazy. Yeah. And this is like, I knew it was going to be grappling, but he's grappling for a fit.
What's going on, bro? There's still, I know you guys don't have audio, but it's frozen their end. There's actually still audio.
What's happened?
There's still audio. Like this is their end. It isn't the stream or nothing like. I can hear movement now. I can hear movement, so I'm going to quickly refresh. Don't know what's going on with Twitch, man. That's crazy.
We're good. Okay.
We're back to this. Oh no, he's back in the triangle choke.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, okay.
This is bad for him.
Yeah. I
mean,
he's getting at least. He's getting subbed.
Okay.
Oh. I like this fight. Okay, this fight. Listen.
Wow.
Listen.
Wow.
I will admit, I thought this fight was going to be bad. I'll admit. He got to finish real fast, short and sweet. Great win.
Look, what we said, right? Mazzy is a guy that when it hits the mat, he's active with those finishes, Doctor. It was one of the big things that we spoke about when it came to his grappling style, is that he was so committed to finding finishes from submissions to ground and pound opportunities. Did not take him long up against somebody that's known for their grappling threat in K-Got Bills. I mean, what a beautiful submission. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, against someone who has one of the highest levels of talent on the game in his previous fight, who made that grappling game look extremely painful, I think he's showing way to say. Mazzy comes out here, gains top position, goes for the subs, ends up on bottom with the triangles, and he does it in a performative manner there, and he just puts on a very good showcasing of how you can grapple in this game and still stay offensively and still put on a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with that being said, the main card of Primetime 120 has kicked off. We move upwards and onwards to the next one now, between two competitors who are ranked number 7th and ranked number 9th within their respective division, which is the PlayStation division out here, J-Dime. AKA CV, undefeated at 3-0, going up against Brazil Lucas, also at 3-0. Now, people are going to have a goddamn heart attack at the ping right here, but these guys are on opposite sides of the planet. They've got stable connection, but they are 347 and steady. I know. So they have the ability, for anybody that doesn't know, anything past 150, these guys can pull out of the fights, but they have a very, very big fight for them here, Doc, to say the least. High in the division, a win here can put them in the top 5, and I suppose that they are going with the stability of that and decided to continue as a result.
I mean, fair enough to them. Bit insane, but as I said, they have no issue.
Yeah.
They are allowed to do it. But so far, striking match here, Izzy versus Pereira typically favours the Pereira pick, Jay. But, I mean, we have definitely seen Izzy's come out in the past and look fabulous against someone like Pereira.
I wonder how the timing is going to mess them up because they're on 347. I wonder if they've been sparring anyone to help them adjust with the, what do you call it, with the high altitude, Cyrus?
The high altitude, absolutely, brother.
Yeah.
There is a delay for sure with these guys, but they're going to be suffering and experiencing the exact same type of thing. They knew what they got themselves into when they matched up with each other and decided to continue this bout. I was very surprised to see Brazil Lucas go with the Israel Adesanya pick, but I imagine that delay was probably a deciding factor. Did not want to grapple too much here this evening, which may be to, show off some of those skills, Doc, but it could be to his detriment as well, because CV, definitely the more seasoned striker, at least... Oh, shit. At least in terms of... Ooh, that gave me a heart attack. At least in terms of his accolades, he's done a lot more with his striking.
But, yeah, my bad, Doc.
I would say CV so far definitely the more experienced striker here, and with the Pereira pick as well, that definitely even further goes into his favour, because on these delays, his counters aren't going to be as clean, and so you can really just land those power shots, and really there's no way to massively counter it easily so far, Jay.
Yeah, and I was going to say, when it comes to the grappling too, Lucas is a great grappler, but CV usually doesn't get out grappled. Usually when he goes against a grappler, it cancels out, Doc.
Yeah, usually it does. That's the idea. Is sorry, I lost your train of thought.
No, that's okay. There was a technical error, and in between these fights, I will adjust the browser that we're using. It's the only thing I can think of from our side. Of course, the stream itself, the internet from this end, all perfect, but Twitch seems to be having an issue, at least through this browser. But I digress. We get back into it, Doc, and I will throw it back to you. Brazil Lucas is now engaging in the clinch a little bit. He's going to get some of these trips, and even if he doesn't manage to engage too much in the grappling, it will work on the cardio of CV, and I think it's a really, really smart move.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. So, I mean, the one thought process you can have here is grappling with a kickboxer against a kickboxer is doable. The only time you don't want to be grappling someone is if they're a grappler and you're not a grappler. That's typically the way. So in this type of matchup, although it's unorthodox, it's definitely viable. It's definitely a good idea if you're not having success somewhere else.
Yeah, and I think if the fight starts to go a certain way, Lucas is going to do what he's accustomed to, which is grappling. It's like if I were to start losing, I would do what I'm used to. It's muscle memory, Doctor.
Your instincts.
No,
yeah, it's your instincts. That's what you go back to what you know.
Yeah, because on the feet right now, it's not really his cup of tea. As we've seen in previous fights, he's always looking for those takedowns. And I mean, we've seen his takedown entries before, and they're really well timed to people who don't have great takedowns. So with someone like Izzy, I can definitely see him being able to time those great takedowns as well, even with him.
I mean, ultimately, he did it in real life. I think it was in the first or the second match. He tried that takedown, he grappled him a little bit, and it's understandable. I mean, okay, man, Alex has that, one-hitter quitter in that left hand. He's able to send people into alternate dimensions if they connect, and I mean, one just connected right there. I'm surprised that there wasn't a rock, to be quite honest with you. That shit is nuclear. But Brazil Lucas and Israel Adesanya, obviously fantastic competitors, trying to weather this storm, but my goodness, J-Dime, is Alex Pereira looking dialed in and looking to hone in some very calculated damage across the course of this fight.
Ooh, what a step back. That step back is beautiful. Reminds me of Smudger, Cyrus.
Yeah. Exactly. This is what CV does, man. CV's a fucking specialist. Like, he is a striking specialist. His counter striking is incredible. And he's able to counter-strike off the front foot. Go figure. CV just built different.
Ooh, another step back.
That's what I mean. He's counter-striking off the front foot. He is built different, man. You got to remember as well, these guys fighting on 347 and steady, but 347, they are at the highest of altitude right now.
Yeah, being able to time that, being able to time a step back on that ping is crazy, Doctor.
Yeah, it's insane, and I think it's massive props to both of these guys for doing this fighting at the highest of altitudes here so far. And honestly, both of them are looking incredibly well. Even Lucas, who we didn't...
Oh, another one! Oh, gosh!
Jesus
Another one
wept.
is crazy.
But I'm telling you, some people, right, they play with certain camera angles, some people play with certain colorblind settings. I reckon CV plays in binary. He's just seeing zeros and ones right here, and he's able to predict the future. This man is different, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like, that's crazy. That's, like, not easy to time sometimes on normal pings.
I know, bro. Like, fuck.
Yeah, you have to be like, it has to be bread and butter, muscle memory.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
CV, he consulted his mystical ball leading into this one. It said that step back counters was going to be the recipe to a victory. He continues to try and time them moment and moment again, but a front kick lands for Brazil Lucas. He's still trying, Jay. He's still trying to keep into this one.
Oh, yeah. He keep pushing him and throwing him kicks. He keep pushing. Oh my. This is a striking clinic now. Oh. Jeez.
Oh.
Oh.
Nearly. Well, so that knockdown was set up by CV, pushing him twice in a row with body kicks, and then finally going for the head kick. There was a nice head kick overall.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh my.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Somebody throwing the goddamn towel.
Yeah. Listen, there's a level. Yeah, there's a. Doc, it looks like a level difference between them right now.
Yeah, it really does. In the striking moments, definitely that so far.
Yeah.
CV just showing he's a higher level caliber striker. I mean, Lucas is trying his damnedest right now, but the knockdowns have severely affected his stamina as well as he head into round 3. Maybe the recovery is going to give him something to work with, but so far this seems to be CV's fight. This is CV's fight for losing. It's an uphill battle for Lucas.
Yeah, that was 10-8. That was a 10-8 round.
I was very confused by the stats because it was all blue on Lucas's side and I realized it's round 1. Well then.
Yeah, I agree with you, Toby. That could even be a 10-7.
They are ready. Hubdeen touching them up for the third and final round in this bout here this evening. Your main card has well and truly started. 2 quick finishes led to this bout right here.
Oh
my god!
Oh, this is...
How is he still standing?
Oh my god. Oh, how is he still... There's no way he's still conscious. Oh, this is bad. He needs a Hail Mary, Cyrus.
Oh, absolutely he does. He's an Our Father. He needs them all, bro.
Yeah, this is...
Fine, yeah, I know where maybe. I really don't know for Lucas. It's really just a case of hope and prayers and...
Genuinely, poke with the jab, find a moment of low block, unload with everything you have in your gas tank, and pray to whatever god you worship for a victory, because that may be your only...
Oh my god.
The punishment.
Somehow still standing, going for the knee on belly, attack, trying to get that finish. He
How is
somehow is still alive. The elbows are riding down, looking like he's probably going to knee on belly again. Looking for that ground and pound, and...
Oh, how?
He's got no head held.
CV obviously does not like Brazil Lucas or anything that he stands for. He
hates him.
He wants to punish him and his future lineage with the amount of damage that he is putting out here this evening. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. Will Alex Potan.
There gotta be some beef I don't know about. Like, he's trying to torture him.
It is, bro. Like, that is menacing.
a bit of a break, but with 2 minutes left,
End it,
End it, Doc.
End this,
bro.
Doctor. End this,
after
Doctor.
that brutality.
Oh, he's gonna let it go.
Why? Why are you letting it?
Bro, they want to see
Why?
Israel die over here. Israel
Oh my
Adesanya,
God.
like, Jesus.
Oh my gosh, why?
Well, they let him fight to his final breath, it would appear.
Yeah, I don't know how he's still on his feet right now.
This fight should be stopped. Jesus.
Should have been stopped around again.
Hill in the chat believes that Izzy is playing possum once again here. I don't know, bro. Maybe you're seeing something that I'm not, but I think that you may be high because Alex Pereira is trying to catch a body here this evening. There may be certain crimes put against him as he gets the body finish. Absolutely brutal. No mercy. What an onslaught. What a fucking onslaught by CV, man. It got to have been personal, Jay.
Yeah, like, he could have ended that. Like, he was trying to make him suffer, Doctor.
Yeah, it seemed like he said something about his mother. I don't know. That was insane.
Oh my.
The fact he survived, though, I think that gives credibility to Lucas as well. He survived somehow. None of us are really sure. And that final body shot there crumpled him to the ground. CV coming out, being the star-studded striker. Lucas sadly being his victim during that fight. And that was murder she wrote. I think is the only way to say it.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Crazy.
Look, CV right there was... I mean, what was he? Let me just quickly double-check that shit. He was ranked number 7th. He'd get another big win. He's 4-0 in the division now. This man's really building himself up as he closes out the season, trying to get that last run in as we approach the end of PrimeTime Season 1 for both PlayStation and Xbox. That is scheduled to be PrimeTime 125, if you did not already know. So every single fight here this evening and every night throughout the seasons as we approach with shorter seasons and shorter cards as a whole, they couldn't have been more important. You know, every single fight is your most important fight, Doc, because with only 5 cards left, you just need to put together one good run. You have that one good run left in you. There's still just about enough time to try and build your way to end out the season. And we saw it last time out. It's not impossible. A dominant champion, you know, that we're going to see in the co-main event, NM Smudger, lost his belt. He was 7-0 up at that point. So it's anything's possible, bro. Anything's possible in this crazy game of mixed martial arts and UFC 4 or UFC 5.
I mean, even if you don't end up fighting for the title, you still end up in the GP for the following season, which is where you also fight for the title. So these last 5 cards is all about that top 15, who's going to be in that division, who's going to be at the very top of the game and going on to be competing for the title of early next season, Joe.
Man, I'm really interested to see how this PlayStation division shapes out for the rest of the season. I want to see who ends with that belt.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. It's crazy. I know Smudge is motivated. He wasn't too happy with the weight class. It's not his favorite weight class. He's a competitive guy, man. So we're going to see him bounce back, I know. And he's going to try and do that here this evening. Obviously, a tough task ahead of him. An incredible co-main event. And with that, obviously we have an incredible event set as a whole. We said it from the very top of the hour. This entire event is full of killers. To make it to a live card in Primetime MMA, becoming harder and harder as seasons go by, or weeks go by, especially towards making this main card. I mean, each and every one of these guys have established themselves as the greatest on the game on their given day, and now it's just about putting it all together and putting yourself as the best on the respective division, Xbox, of course, and PlayStation. And with that in mind, J-Dime, the next bout right now is a bout that I believe we are going to see on PlayStation. It is going to be between the ones and onlys. EK Warrior up against, is that Reg Attican? Is that what I'm seeing?
Regicide Attican.
Oh, Regicide Attican. Okay, so that's Regicide's very own Attican. I did not know Attican joined Regicide, but I think that's an interesting pick for pickup for them. And obviously EK Warrior, somebody that's been around the scene for a little while now.
Indeed. In the bantamweight division, by the looks of it, we're going to have PTN versus Sanhagen. Sanhagen, probably the fighter favourite, only due to his length. However, with Peter Yan, Jay, you can walk forward and really just put the pace on entirely, and you can really crowd someone like Sandhagen and just use that boxing for ill intent. I think is the best way to say it.
Yeah, if you can close that distance on Corey, it becomes a nasty fight because even on this game, Peter Yan is still very annoying to fight, Cyrus.
No, absolutely. He really, really is. He's a tough fight in every single position. Manio, in the chat, we have 6 guys in the top 20 on the PS in the main card. This card is stacked, brother. It is absolutely and utterly stacked. Shout out to whoever is streaming this one. This is the best stream. EK Warrior, my man. You've got some nice internet. We appreciate you. Very, very crystal clean stream so far. We're going to get to see this one in all of its in its full display, I should say. Sandhagen in the red corner with blue shorts, annoyingly enough, and the blue corner with Regicide Attican going Peter Yan. Peter Yan definitely has some really good boxing. He's going to have a reach disadvantage right now as well, though. And of course, Jay, if that's utilized correctly, EK Warrior can make it a very frustrating night for Peter Yan, no matter how dangerous he can be as he closes that distance.
Yeah, just don't make it a fight with Peter Yan. Use that length, get yours, throw them long range weapons, teeps, get out the way. As simple as that, Doctor.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be the case of if you're Sandhagen right now, you're going to be using that distance, probably pushing him against cage, as you mentioned. Teeps, jabs, there's a lot of shots. Stuff like that, that's insane. I respect it, but a bit insane very early on in the fight, I feel like.
Attican is a madman. He will absolutely let bombs fly at a moment's notice. He is also a guy that has killer instinct. Once he gets you clipped once, he typically finds the finish very, very quickly afterwards, especially if you drop to the mat. EK Warrior, obviously going to be very, very aware of Attican. He's been around the scene for a long time. A new camp pickup with the Regicide may have changed certain aspects, like he's fighting a little bit more off the back foot right now, J-Dime. That's an interesting note. But of course, that's partially due to the way that EK Warrior is stalking the center of that cage and trying at least to utilize that range and reach of Sandhagen.
Yeah, and I'm interested on how that rematch would go in real life. I actually want to see that again.
Yeah, it would be a fun fight, man. Yeah, hell yeah, it would.
So far, though, I would argue Warrior's winning this fight just in terms of composure. He's a bit more calm. He's a bit more with it and very much going straight forward. On the other hand, you've got Peter Yan, who's definitely throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, I think is the best way to say it.
Absolutely. Nice work trying to attack the body. His catching the kicks have been so on point, Jay. He just continues to do it effortlessly, although the head combinations, they're really, really quick right now from Sandhagen. He's always bleeding 2 or 3 through, before you've even realized what's going on.
Good body shot. I like the way Corey Sandhagen is fighting, though. Like, nice. There you go. Why would you throw that overhand? Like, you're Corey Sandhagen. You're that tall. Y'all are chest to chest. Doc, why did he do that?
I don't know. People do weird stuff in the middle of fights. People throw head kicks when they shouldn't and throw lead overhand into spinning backwards. There's been a lot of weird stuff this fight. Why are you shocked?
Nice work trying to press in. He's making that block work of Sandhagen. Sandhagen continues to pressure and snipe with the jab and the straight. As we close out the first round, you saw a very, very close round, but one that the red corner Sandhagen likely was able to edge with the more kind of sniping array of shots that he decided to employ. If Attican's able to dial it back just a little bit, J-Dime, then he may be able to turn this around. As we said, if he gets you hurt, he does typically find the finish, so Sandhagen has to kind of pitch a perfect fight and not allow himself to get clipped, I feel, almost at any point.
Yeah, it's a very close fight, too, but yeah, Corey looks good. He just threw his combos. Now get out. Now get out of there. He got his. Get out. He didn't get out, Doc.
Spinning back fist into overhand coming out again. I mean, so Attican playing on his back foot's an interesting call, especially given the fact he doesn't have the range like Corey as well. Corey having the range, you would arguably think that
Oh my God.
And that's a beautiful knockdown there.
He went 0 to 100 in 0.6. Absolutely incredible. But a front kick lands for Peter Yan, trying to make some sort of a comeback here in the second round. Easier said than done, though, Jay. Especially when there's such a crazy pace being set out by both guys.
Yeah, it's a crazy fight. Kind of like how the first fight was. This was a really close fight. And like I said, this is the rematch right here. Oh, Jan. Oh.
The feeling out process well and truly over as these guys continue to land bomb after bomb. Sandhagen once again managed to get a rock on Peter Yan, who's just continuing to eat shots.
Oh my goodness!
God.
Corey Sandhagen is trying to kill Peter Yan here.
Bro, he needs to run. Get out of there.
Oh my God! Get out! Move! You don't always have to go forward, Jan.
Yeah, you can just like.
Oh! Oh! Is it the comeback? Did he make the comeback? Did he make the? Oh, he got out of there. Oh, this is a great fight.
Yeah, the tides change very quickly. I was about to say that Atakan doesn't always need to like take a shot to give a shot, but he ducks under it, gets the shot, finally landing. Sandhagen now on bottom. He's the one who's now in danger compared to the rest of this round. But a Gilly attempt there does get denied, and they quickly back up to the feet. Whether that's good or bad, that's we're yet to find out.
Really trying to work behind that jab. Once again, EK Warrior is. I feel like that's a really smart move. It sets up everything, allows him to find his range, allows him to set up the bigger shots. But my goodness. Regicide's... Yeah, I mean, Regicide's Atakan does not back down from a fight. Does not stop when his back is up against the wall, J-Dime. And continues to march forward, finding opportunities to get big damage in his favor. Beautiful work from Atakan to get back into this fight and almost get a finish on one or two of the moments.
Man, that was a turn of events because one moment, Corey Sandhagen was beating the dog shit out of Peter Yan. It took one moment for Peter Yan to turn this around, and now this is a whole different fight, Doctor.
Yeah, 3 seconds left, though, and the armbar that could have been a deadly one doesn't manage to get it. So, yeah, I mean, that's a really good round by both of them, guy. I think for Atakan especially, that's giving a bit more confidence, but I think it definitely favours Sandhagen's.
You ready to fight?
Yeah. So, we go into the third and final round, an interesting bout across the course so far. A quick rock lands for Atakan, who's now hunting for a finish. Doesn't quite have the stamina to continue the offense right there, but a controlled, measured approach, J-Dime gets him clipped again.
And now it's up to Corey Sandhagen to do something now.
Oh.
This is where it gets difficult. Their head health is low. He can't really engage, but he's also had a lot of success, and so I think maybe Sandhagen shoots a takedown. I think maybe initiates that grappling, goes from the safer approach here, given the fact that he can't take too many shots, but I mean, standing corrected.
Strike of the night has been the straight. Both guys continue to have massive success when they find the opening for that to land. EK Warrior back in this one with the right hand right on the money, but the front kick answers back, Jay.
Oh my! How? Corey is surviving this. Is so crazy right now, Doc.
I don't know. That
What
is
going
insane.
Oh!
The
And
overhand finally lands. Landing where it's crucial. Lovely takedown, but does get denied.
Oh my.
Oh, it's over
That's
now,
it.
right? Oh, great fight, though. That was
Yeah,
a
I mean,
great fight.
UFC Turkey, I don't know where he's been. Atakan out there throwing pirouettes and overhands to get the job done. This guy looking incredible, able to bounce back early adversity. Peter Yan is still a force to be reckoned with, and so is Regicide's very own Atakan, quite clearly. A different Atakan, though, Jay, a different Atakan, but still one that's able to get the W in the face of adversity.
Man, here's the thing. EK Warrior had that fight for a lot of that fight, but I feel like He played with his food a little bit, and and once Jan got momentum, he never looked back. Jan didn't play with his food. He got him out of there.
Absolutely, he did. Absolutely, he did, my man. Well, another fun one in the books, and an incredible matchup set to go next. Two guys that are 4-1 in the division there, Doctor. We're going to be having SVG Goated, who is currently ranked number 4 within the division, going up against ranked number 6, B3, Vanio. Featherweight is the weight class, my man. And these two competitors have been eagerly awaiting their opportunity to perform here this evening. They have to await no longer, as they're finally set to match each other.
Yeah, well, looks like we're going to get a Volkanovski versus Conor McGregor, two fighters who have some ridiculous striking stats on both of them, and so it's bound for a war there. Volkanovski definitely favors the grappling, so maybe expect a couple of takedowns, especially when fighting McGregor. But for both of these guys, Vanio is a star-studded striker coming out of that B3 camp, and JX Goated is someone who's really made waves recently. He's had a couple of fights. He's really made a name, especially from being from that SVG camp, Jay.
Yeah, but I think the experience level is a big advantage for Vanio because Vanio's been an NM guy. He's a B3 guy now. Like, he's been everywhere. And there's nothing against SVG, but it's just Vanio has won against the better competition, Cyrus.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, Vanio is not a guy that's going to back down from any single fight. He was in the chats moments before the bout saying that there's a lot of goats, but not all of them meet the description. And I feel like that was some cold words as he comes into the octagon here this evening, trying to showcase himself. And obviously, up against SVG GOAT, he's going to have a great opportunity to do so. He knows what he brings to the table. It's a calculated, measured, forward, aggressive style that can go in your favor. It can also play against you up against the big hitting power of Conor McGregor. Of course, 5-star fighters now allowed, Doctor, and as a result, the full array of mixed martial arts will be displayed.
Yeah, it is indeed, but the takedown defense of McGregor is also getting displayed from a beautiful takedown defense. So, although lovely job on getting the separation from the clinch there by the Volkanovski, on the back foot being pinned against the cage, not a great position, but it's managed to duck, fire, move, and really just keep the movement going so he doesn't stay always stuck against the cage so far, Jay.
Oh, yeah, and even though Vanio's doing good, that counter power's hitting him. So, SVG Goated has a good chance, Cyrus, right now.
Jay, he's landing first. Yeah. They're both throwing the same shot, and he's landing first and coming out the worst. Like, you cannot trade with Conor McGregor in the early rounds. You cannot do it. Vanio knows this. He's trying to mix it up. He tried to take down a little bit earlier on. I need more of it, because otherwise that head is just going to become a punching bag, a speed bag for Goated to continue to let boxing combinations fly on, Doc. Especially with this sort of pressure. He's trying to B3 a B3 guy.
Yeah, basically he really is, and I mean, so far he's having a lot of success. He's working the body. The takedown though finally happening. Rare to see a B3 member do it, but Vanio is the guy who wants to really cause some havoc here tonight, and probably ideally get top mount, throw some large amounts of ground and pound, work the head to help destroy it, and so when he goes to trade, he can get the better outcome, Jay.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We're talking about Vanio wrestling, even though B3 guys don't do that. Vanio's he didn't start off a B3 guy. He was in BMF when that was a camp, and he was in NM. So, like, it's not like he learned his style from B3. He's someone who just joined, so he still got his bread and butter, Cyrus.
Absolutely, and look, ultimately, man, fuck the stereotypes. He ain't here to fit the mold, he's here to break the mold. And Vanio wants to set records here this evening. So going against the style, he's getting the job done, man, and he needed to do it. Goat was out here landing some really good combinations. A takedown was needed. Vanio absolutely obliged, and as a result got himself back into this round. We'll have to see how the second one goes, but of course, as the fight goes on, Doctor, it is only going to typically favor the Alexander Volkanovski player with that little engine that can continuing to chug throughout the course of a 15 to 20 minute fight.
Indeed, indeed. Quick glance at the stats in between rounds. Definitely does seem to be the favour of Volkanovski there, managing to win with the ground and pound, which is exactly what he was trying to do there, and he managed to achieve his goal. Another the takedowns options are still the way he wants to go. Double leg bail in there, trying to drag him against the cage. Does go for the trip, but doesn't quite manage it, though, Jay, so far.
Yeah, even when he has success, every time Conor hits him, it has a big effect, Cyrus.
Absolutely it does, man. Absolutely it does. That left hand has equalizing power. Of course, Volkanovski feels the kind of smell in the air almost. He can feel that feeling. He knows that all he has to do is survive another minute or two and he's going to be able to start that avalanche momentum in his favor. But Conor McGregor also knows this and is really trying to turn up the tempo and make that damage land. And when he lands clean like that, Doctor, there's a lot of chance that it may be past the point of return for Vanio if he's not able to really be a little bit more evasive.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm also thinking at the same time, okay, fine, take the words out of my mouth. Trying to put that pace on. The headhunting, although it's good and it is clearly working, winning the knockdown, I feel like he also needs to make sure he's doing at least some body work, just so the fact of, one, it makes it grappling harder for his opponent, and two, it makes sure that he doesn't gas himself out quicker than his opponent is himself. So both of those combos. Now here on the mat, it's all about McGregor staying defensively sound, holding this position, maybe going to the backside and trying to work his way up. But entering into RNC, it could go either way right now, Joe.
Yeah, but he's not going to get RNC'd right now because JX has the stamina advantage right now. Now they both have. Okay.
He's got it.
He got it. He got it.
Lovely.
Okay.
Smart work.
Yeah, he needs this. Because on the feet, he's getting pieced the fuck up right now, Cyrus.
Absolutely. Look, that was real smart work from him right there.
Yeah.
The way that he he used the fake pressure to get the movement out of him when he thought it was low. That was real smart. And Vanio was showing that there's some levels to the grappling. He has a massive edge down here. To not stay here for as long as humanly possible will only go against him. There's a decent amount of time to work, Doc. You know as well as I do, especially with the new submission system. Another submission is less than a minute away, bro, in a lot of situations.
Yeah. No, it's really the case. I mean, if Vanio can get a stun with the elbows, a big stun, he can go for a armbar submission, something like that. So far, though, McGregor managing to survive the onslaught from the ground and pound punches so far, but this has definitely gone into the favor of Vanio's round so far.
Oof.
Triangle choke.
He's trying to get him
the stand
out of
advantage.
him. Oh.
Transition straight out, doesn't get it though. Maybe a fake, possibly, but the triangle choke gets lashed on, and it is it.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
He was losing. He was losing the fight, Cyrus, and he made the adjustment. He did what he had to. He realized he needed this.
There's been a couple here this evening, but that's my submission of the night. That's my vote for submission of the night right there, with the stakes, with what was happening and the context to the rest of that bout. An incredible bounce back from Vanio. Absolutely, this man just punched himself a ticket up in the division and up in everybody's expectations and hearts as he continues to put on incredible performances. Like I said, to bounce back in that one, absolutely the type of things the champions are made of. Brilliant work. Well, I'm sure that we're going to see SVG goated back better than ever, but for tonight, Vanio walks with his hand raised high, although probably suffering a little bit after what was a very difficult fight. Yeah, man, craziness. J-Dime, Dr. Goddamn Who. So far, this entire card continues to heat up as we expected it would be. You yourself, Doc, one of the, if not the main matchmaker over here at PrimeTime MMA, now in the commentary booth, of course, here this evening, getting to see all of some, or at least some of your handiwork play out for tonight's card. NM Naz up against I'm the GOAT next, representing B3, of course. Very fun fight, to say the absolute least. Naz is undefeated, and of course, he's putting that on the line up against somebody that's gone 4-0 himself in his recent, kind of run. I'm the GOAT lost his first fight, 1-4 on the bounce, and is looking like a man reinvigorated, like a man that's really got that gold already wrapped around his belt, wrapped around his waist, at least in his mind, and now looks to try to make that into actuality. this is an incredible matchup, considering that this isn't even like a main card fight, main event fight. This is that type of fight that we would have seen in main events in prime time of past, and we're going to see these guys in main events in the very near future, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, both of these guys have shown time and time again how good they are. They've been in the title fights. Naz has had a title, I believe.
Yeah.
Goat has also had
Yes,
a
yes,
title.
yes.
Goat has had a title. Both of them are former champions, so they know the score. They know how to go 5 rounds. This time around, they're booked in a 3-round fight, both on a 4-fight win streak. There's a lot up to grabs, and with a classic Conor McGregor pick coming out of Naz and a Rakhmonov coming out of Goat, this is bound to be a wild fight here, Joe.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Goat has been looking really good lately. He's been mixing in the grappling and striking very well. He even outstruck Samurai Robin recently, so he's riding a wave of momentum. But you can't sleep on Naz because Naz has beat some great people in his career, Cyrus.
Absolutely, absolutely. His pull game, his signature body combinations are absolutely phenomenal. Of course, I'm the GOAT is going to be completely aware of that. He's gone a pick which allows him to be a little bit diverse. He's the bigger man in here. He's going to be the heavier man. And of course, he's going to have the grappling advantage as well. It would be silly for him to not use it. But as Jay said, Doc, GOAT has really showcased his striking recently. And maybe he's fallen in love with that and wants to try to showcase that once again against another big name within the division.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea, Mando. It gives you that option to showcase that. But I believe in previous times we have also seen him grapple quite instantly in like his last fight. I can't remember who it was against off the top of my head, but he did also just come out and put on a grappling clinic, getting that win by a sub there. So it's not necessarily he's falling in love with his hands. I just think he's developed him enough to where he's confident in doing it, and so far he's looking that way as well.
Trying to pour on the pressure. Rakhmonov doing the worst of the stamina battle so far, but lands a head kick. Very, very, very close as well, Jay. But Naz has landed a couple of signature body shots so far that have had a big impact. And look at the head health that he attacks as well. Just the efficiency and the damage that he causes when he lets those hands go. But
Oh, this is a good fight. And Naz is using a different strategy than I'm used to. We're used to Naz pushing forward, to sway. He's fighting on his back foot, circling to Shavkat's lead hand. That's been a strategy all game, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has definitely been a strategy. That was a lovely takedown, lovely defense. So in retaliation, well timed in both regards, working that body, winning the stam as well. That's definitely favors Naz there when it comes to the grappling. Naz's body work is always something to look out for, but the clinch here, engaging, pushing against that cage, trying to get it. But again, Shavkat's the one who ends up with his back against the cage there. Naz doing a fantastic job of being cage aware and circling and using that footwork here, Jay.
Yeah, Naz has good composure right now, and Naz has one thing that you can't let someone have with a Conor. A stam advantage right now, Cyrus.
Absolute goddamn-lutely. Naz knows it, man. He continues to tag up that body because he knows it's going to set up the headshots. And even though they're both trading, Conor landing harder, Naz has that blood in the air. He smells it. He's going for the finish.
How
my
is
God.
he still conscious?
Because his name is I'm the GOAT, or GOAT of MMA. He's trying to showcase that. He's trying to show his championship level heart. He's trying to show his veteran savvy and his ability to weather the storm. He does get the reversal. He's here to win fights. He's not just here to take part in them, my man. And although Naz has had a lot of success, this is where GOAT wants to be. There's only 10 seconds right now, but you know he needs to get back here coming into that second and third round.
Well, the last 20 seconds were spent roly-poling across the cage towards the cage wall, but Naz takes that round. One knockdown, a lot of ground and pound following it, and doing some serious damage. The body work, the stamina advantage, all going into the favour of Naz. So it's an uphill battle, and he's really going to have to make some big adjustments coming into this second round here, Joe.
Yeah, I want to see what adjustments GOAT makes, because I don't think this fight is close to over, but he has to make an adjustment because he's losing the stamina battle to Conor, like I said earlier, Cyrus.
He's losing the fight period to Naz right now. And yeah, the further that he allows this to stay on the feet, the more Naz is going to continue to work up that body, which is either going to set up the finish or it's going to make Naz impossible to grapple. Because Naz isn't like a slouch, man. He can fucking grapple. And this is good from GOAT. This is what he needed. Whether he takes his back, whether he drags him to the mat, he needs one of them. But Naz intelligently defends, and they're back on the feet. God damn, it's crazy. It's crazy, Doc. I don't know, you know. Oh my God, GOAT did it!
And that works.
Head kick lands.
Uh-oh. Backside transition quickly,
Okay.
powering through it, using the RB, getting a bit of that stam, but the get up probably done in the same way, looking at that stam drain. So that's another issue you've got to look out for with your GOAT. He's going to be, Naz knows that he doesn't want to spend any time, so he's going to use those power get ups into his favor. And now here we are back on the feet again. Maybe another random head kick, maybe, who knows.
Yeah, maybe another random head kick. You're right, but GOAT needed that. That's the momentum he needed going into this. Now he's winning this round. He's winning this round right now, but he can't get carried away because Naz is really good at countering, Doc.
Yeah, Naz has been doing a lot of countering to the body throughout this fight. It's been very subtle, but consistently there. Lovely straight counter as well coming out. Takedown somehow manages it. That's an impressive shot. Fair enough to him. And now he's got to hold his position. Last time around, he went straight to sprawl. He has managed to stop that, but half guards can end up being a stally position. So can sprawl. Attempts a dart, does get denied though.
Yeah, I mean, look, that single leg high crotch was beautiful. Used a lot of energy to get into this position, and rightfully so. With so much time to work, this is exactly where he wants to be to stave off some of that comeback that Naz is going to try to attempt. But somehow, some way, Naz continues to find his way back to his feet. His ability to get back up is being incredible. And look at the timing on that jab to knock an off-balance Rachmanov onto his ass, at least momentarily.
He got to get his back off that cage against Connor. I'm not going to lie to you. That Connor power is different, Doctor.
Yeah, it really is different. As soon as you land one, you land the second and the third shot straight afterwards, and it can really cause you some utter pain. But 50 seconds left on the clock. GOAT is trying to survive for the rest of this round. He's had some more success in the grappling, but Naz's ability to use those power get-ups and just get back to the feet instantly has so far ruled this fight outside of his striking.
Been a fun matchup, man. One that we expected. Oh my goodness! Connects! Trying to close out the round right here, right now.
He's still
He may have just stole this round. That's what may have just happened.
Was he winning it to begin with?
Yeah, I think he was.
No, GOAT was. Remember, GOAT stunned him to start that round. Yeah. And then he got the spear after. But yeah, Naz took that momentum and he didn't give it back. And now he's in a 2-0 hole, and he's in a stamina deficit against Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Yep. Not exactly where he wants to be. The stamina deficit not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be worse, but still not where he wants it to be, of course. At least he's on the front foot now, risking it. Does get clipped. Another combination lands. Naz too clean with it.
Takedown spinning shot. Naz is trying to line that clean straight down the middle as he comes in. Gets the rear hook. Goes for the uppercuts a couple of times. Only just misses with the straight takedown shot due to the low stand, but it didn't quite reach. But the question mark does.
Nice.
Nice lead up. He's just throwing. GOAT is going to be fishing for pull elbows now because he needs something right now.
Finally comes out of nowhere, trying to land with the double hooks up. It's 3 minutes left on the clock. Naz is playing the defensive and patient game. He knows that he just needs one clean shot. He doesn't want to risk anything else, and that's what he's doing now, landing the uppercut. Looking to jump on him, it seems, but not quite wanting to, just in case of the up kick and putting him out of position.
No, you're really trying to work on the inside. I'm liking the tactical approach from Naz right now. He's been very clinical. He's been very measured in everything that he does. Not allowing the opening for GOATs to get back into this one. The painting is on the wall.
Oh, okay. He was styling.
Go give up with it. He knew it was over, bro. He was just doing that little head bobble, trying to look for the finish. Yeah, that was savage. Like, fuck, man. Naz really went to work in that one. He was trying to prove a point here this evening, and I think he proved it, man. Like, he's 5-0 in the division now, and he's looking problematic, to say the least, Jay.
Yeah, to say the least. That was a brilliant performance by Naz. Like, and GOAT, listen, GOAT don't got nothing to be mad at. He can go back in the lab, and he can learn from this. He didn't lose to a bad player. And yeah, Naz just made a statement, Cyrus.
Absolutely he did, bro. Absolutely he did. Talking about making statements, one thing that two of these guys up next are going to be looking to do there, Doctor, it is between two campmates for the first time here this evening, I do believe, between BFAP Naz Nim, who is 4-0 in the division, looking to defend his ranking spot, ranked number 2 right now. Obviously looking to get himself into title talks in the near future, but in order to do so, he has to go up against what has been the Xbox GOAT, at least across UFC 4, and a man looking to build his way back towards the end of this season now, as he reintroduces himself back into the competitive space on UFC 5. BFAP motherfucking Trixie finds himself at the top of the main card, bro, back where he's normally there or thereabouts too, as 3-0 against 4-0 finally meet up to match for this entire card here this evening, for all the marbles to try and get themselves back into that title talk.
Yeah, it's really going to be one of those fights. So, Naz Nim versus Trixie. Campmates, they know each other's skill, they know how each other fights. They've cornered each other's probably plenty of times, but now they're going to go against each other for probably a shot against Fad in the very near future, you've got to imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the record only says 3-3, but I imagine that would have been, turned off at certain points. Naz Nim obviously a little newer to the BFAP camp, but still been around them for a very long time now in terms of the grander scale of things. Just comparatively to Trixie, of course, one of the OGs of BFAP, one of the OGs of Primetime MMA, and a guy that has a resume unlike any other. But of course, if anybody's going to know your style intricately, it's going to be your teammates, J-Dime. And I suppose that right now Naz Nim's going to have to try and capitalize on that, and especially early with this corner pick.
Yeah, you can tell that he knows Trixie. The counters, like, he's fighting him like he's fought him a million times, Cyrus.
Oh, exactly right. I mean, honestly, from the start of this fight, if I took away names, I'd be like, Connor's doing this right now. He's really, really starting to set the tempo of this fight. But of course, you can never count out Swift Trixie as he lands perfectly timed uppercuts and combinations right there. Once again, getting the respect back and setting up the left goddamn hand. Oh, bro.
Oh, my.
I thought Trixie was literally having momentum slowly taken away from him, and he just says, nope. 5 seconds later.
Yeah, he decided, no, that's not going to happen.
Yep.
Literally 5 seconds later, man. 5 seconds later. There's 3 minutes in this first round. Swift Trixie now working those little bobble shots from top, and of course Connor trying to return it. They're trying to work up the GA if you're not in the know, so that they can more easily advance positions. He found it hard to do so and opted for the posturing up that at least maintains position and allows him to get a couple of denies out here, Doctor. Trixie, of course, showing the absolute breadth of his skill right now, as he is very, very, very much trying to advance, but finding it hard to do so up against another phenomenal competitor in Naz Nim.
Yeah, he was trying to build that GA, trying to do some stuff, but so far Naz can keep him fairly well stuck into the half-guard position, although you can see that blue boss slowly creeping up, hopefully going to go for another transition, maybe top mount, as it's arguably the most damaging position in the game so far. It does go for it, but Naz Nim staying the ever predominant grappler here of just keeping the position. Sprawl is a good idea, but again, you can get your body work, or you can power transition to backside and then start to really build up from here again.
And we're back to our feet, and I just noticed that they're wearing matching team shorts right now. That's cute.
No lies detected. Solidarity in this matchup. Of course, they did not want to have to fight their teammates, but if they did, they wanted to be in matching garb. No, in all seriousness, this is an incredible matchup so far. I'm very surprised at how well Naz Nim has been able to do on the feet, striking-wise. Like, he got clipped But like he seems to be the cleaner of the two with the boxing at least right now, and it's wild actually. It's actually wild to see.
That's what happens when you're familiar with somebody. That's what happens because someone, they can be better than you, but if you play someone a certain amount of times, you know them and they know you. So you know what they're thinking every time they go for a counter. You know what it's going to be.
Yeah, styles makes matchups as well, of course, and the more you get to train. And his name is, you know, stylistically matching up very, very well. Now, of course, the biggest success, Doc, was from the grappling of Trixie after that big knockdown that he was able to get. But he is suffering from a little bit of a stamina deficit after putting out what was a very active first round.
Yeah, the recovery in between rounds has definitely done work to bring that back, so it's not as big as it was seeming earlier on at the end of the first round, but it's definitely notable, especially as we head into later parts of the second round. So the biggest takeaway you can take from round one, though, was Trixie's big counter shot on that rear hook, and so that's what you probably got to imagine Trixie's going to be looking for throughout this round, is looking for that big counter shot, ended up back on the ground, and so then he can just farm it out and then try to figure out where's the next adjustment he needs to make here, Joe.
Yeah, but Nas Nim looks really good right now, Cyrus.
He does, man. He does. He looks great, in fact. Like, his striking is, I said, he looks like the technically smoother of the two on the feet. And that is wild. I don't think I've ever said about anybody that's fighting Trixie in the past. And Trixie's still having a lot of success. He's still winning the fight, quite probably, actually. But although he may not be in the most silky smooth, he's definitely being the most efficient and the most damaging out of the two competitors, Doc, as he lands a couple of knees on the inside and a hook on the break right there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's lovely exit out of the clinch. I mean, Trixie did some fantastic work inside the clinches as well. The jabs, the general vibe that you're getting off from Nasmin so far has definitely been he is the smooth striker, as you mentioned. But Trixie somehow still finding his way. He's still finding the perfect shots at the time. I think he's prolonged veteranness of being in it. Can just really do everything here, it seems.
I mean, traditionally, his best round is this second round. He does get a rock right there. After, once again, Connor seemed to be ahead for a lot of that round. But Trixie just absolutely digging down deep. Gets clipped, though, Jay!
Oh, my God.
Ow!
Oh, why the overhand? See? Why the overhand when you're that close? Like, stop. You have, like, just be safe. Like, there we go. Take your time. Not the overhand.
Nice work going to the body from the one and only Trixie right there. This man was... Oh my God, I thought the head kick would have been bad. Nice work. Teetering on the edge of the range right there. Oh, slips and rips once again. Conor McGregor gets a clip.
Take your time because Trixie's looking for a counter. Do not get carried away. Because someone like Trixie... He'll take this momentum right back from you, Doctor.
Yeah, and
the overhand. The overhand.
I mean, yeah, so far Nasnim getting a couple of stuns. I think that definitely goes into Nasnim's favour. 3 stuns to 2 significant strikes, so into the favour of Trixie. Could go either way. Definitely felt like a Nasnim round of how those stuns were looking. 1-1 into the third. I mean, this is a tough fight for both of these guys. It really is. But, yeah, I mean, both of them are making some superb adjustments here, Joe.
And here we go. He beat Trixie in Trixie's best round, but this isn't over. It's round 3. Let's see if he can get the job done. Or is Trixie still the man in the BFAB camp, Doctor?
I mean, here's the thing, like, even with the silky smoothness of Nasmin striker, Jay is still getting the stun, still getting the knockdowns, and still, Trixie is, sorry, he's still getting all those shots.
Oh, nice.
Up until now, Doctor. Oh, I thought you cursed him there, bro, but no, he survived it.
I cursed him, I was really
Dino, I don't know who gave you Skittles, bro, but you need to lay off them. That's crazy. In no way is this man washed. It is actual blasphemy. He has been fighting phenomenally throughout the entirety of this card, in this fight so far. The man is undefeated. and having the fight of his life right now up against a teammate. It's been an incredible bout so far. They have 3 minutes left to make all of their changes and adaptions. Leave it all in the cage out here, J-Dime, but yeah, now it's back on the feet. It's one of those ones, you know, only one shot, bro. Only one shot. They're both compromised.
And will he put him away? You could never count Trixie out.
This is the top of the main card. Both of these guys.
Oh my God!
Contention, and Trixie getting the knockdown back, working that body in the clinch. The uppercut off the break as well. Hooks on both sides, now going into the guard.
Oh, is it over?
Looking to get a finish like he did in round 1.
Oh, this is crazy. This is so crazy. And here we go. How did this fight end?
Only God knows. 1 minute 35 left on the clock. We are watching history in the making. Teammates collide. Oh my God! Say what now? Say what now? Washed what? Absolutely incredible. The GOAT.
KO of the night. That is just perfect. Picture perfect timing. Step back. Wild hook. Think with the strike, and that was it. Both their head health could have been gone there, but Jesus, Trixie. There's a reason this man's known as the GOAT so far, because he does shit like that.
Washed who? Washed where? What the fuck was that? BFAB Trixie. Tough ass fight. Has the wherewithal. Has the veteran savvy to pull out some shit like that. God damn, man. The absolute pound for pound GOAT. Still, the resumes back it up.
Man.
Moments like that, J-Dam, they back it up. That was fucking mental, bro.
Man, listen. And CV said it right. Them backsteps. It seemed like them backsteps have been the key to winning today. Them step backs, been winning all day.
That's the technique of the card. It seemed perfect performance at a moment's notice. And I mean, that was a tough second round for Trixie. Trixie's second round is normally his best, but that time round, Naznim knew it and he took that second round away. But then Trixie decided, okay, if I'm not having the second round, I'm having that third round. And he came out with that one small adjustment as Naznim went for a Hail Mary of double hooks. And that was an impressive fight from both of those guys. Definite contender fight of the night. And Trixie looking ever more like the primetime GOAT here tonight.
Bro, fucking, I love watching that guy fight. Shout out to Naznim, man. That guy's an incredible competitor. He really put it all on the line here this evening. But where the real respect needs to lay, and that's at the feet of BFAP Trixie, former champion, looking to be champion again, of course, looking to write history each and every time he steps into that octagon. Couldn't have been a better fight. Could not have been a better matchup between two teammates who don't complain, who get in there, get the job done, and it shows in their performances. They're not worried about things outside of their control. They're worried about how they perform, and as a result, they perform fantastically as they're prepared each and every time. This entire card has been madness. We've had 13 fights so far in the books, and we have 2 left to go to sum up our 15-fight main card here this evening on Primetime 120. The next one is not a title fight. It is between NM Smudger, former champion who recently fumbled a 7-0 defense, looking to set records of his own. He is the PlayStation GOAT doctor. He has set all of the records on the PlayStation division, looking to get himself back into the talks for his belt, in his own words. And that is NM Smudger, going up against an old foe who's now with a new camp, a man that's looked possessed and has been dominating through the division in what remains of VUK. This, my man, is the co-main event of all co-main events. An incredible matchup between 2 absolute veterans of the PlayStation scene.
Yeah, I mean, these two, does anything need to be said? This is going to be a 5-round war between these two. Smudger dominant in all aspects, only suddenly crumbling under his last card, but he's coming back for that absolute vengeance. And VUK is the person who's got to experience that rage. And VUK is a man who's shown countless times that he's able to take everything this PlayStation division's got him, and he's looking to take out the next person to get to that fight against MG, hopefully next week. And this is where we start. Cheeto Vera in the corner of Smudger. Vuck, I believe, picking Sanhagen.
Oh, man.
Oh, a little bit laggy. This is on their end, not on ours, my guys, but it seems to be stabilizing out. You are correct. Vuck Gaming is actually gone Sanhagen, and Smudger has gone Cheeto
Ooh.
Marlon Vera. Cheeto Vera. I actually really like Cheeto in this weight class. He's really, really durable. He hits sneakily hard and, can really, really sneak up on you in a fight the way that he's able to outlast you, J-Dime. But, of course, Sanhagen's so long, so damaging and explosive in his shots that he's a dangerous man to be stepping across from for as long as 25 minutes.
Yeah, and this is going to be a great fight because, Vuck, he's fiending for that title. He wants that. And Smudger is hungry because he felt like he shouldn't have lost last week. He felt like he was in a weight class he wasn't supposed to be in. And he wants that belt back. So this may make for fight of the night. I don't know, Doctor.
Yeah, it's definitely may make for fight of the night so far, though. A lot of side kicks, a lot of body work coming out of the corner of Smudger. You got to imagine that's because in anticipation of Vuck trying to grapple later through this fight, and also the fact it's a 5-round fight. This could go all 5 rounds, and if you can manage to get that stamina gap early on going into your favor, you're looking for a much better fight overall here tonight, Joe.
Yeah, and what saves Cheeto in these close fights on here is his durability. He's so durable. Like, he can take more of a punishment than anyone in this weight class, Cyrus.
Absolutely he can, man. Absolutely he can. These guys stylistically make up for an incredible match. But I would like to take a moment just to kind of comment on one of the notes from ATB and one of the other guys. Interesting, Smudger did not get a rematch and did a #1 contender fight instead. And on that point, the champion wasn't available this week. And Smudger ain't no bitch. And that's what it comes down to. He got 7-0 for a reason. He believes in his skills. And he wanted to put all of the naysayers, all of the doubters at bay by coming out here and earning his ability to get into that title fight once again. Obviously, there is risks to it. But Smudger lives on those risks and has continued to deliver and turn up trumps more often than not. Now, of course, Vuck is an incredibly dangerous man to do that against, Doctor, because he's so wildly unpredictable. And the fact that he can mix it up with the grappling as well. But I think that speaks testament to exactly what these two fighters, especially Smudger, is all about.
For sure. So far, that was a lovely takedown there just at the very end. 30 seconds left on the clock. Vuck managing to land some significant shots both through the block and to the body. So far, though, the stamina still going into the favor of Smudger, and I feel like that's going to be the really big way to see how this fight's going, is who's going to be winning that stam as the rounds go on.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there was no grappling in this fight just because it's a Vuck fight. I thought he would try to mix and take down just how Corey Sanhagen has now implemented into his game in real life, Cyrus.
Yeah, absolutely. The likes of Sanhagen, Holly Holm, and so on realize that striking alone is sometimes not enough, and obviously have worked in that wrestling to their favor. Now, Marlon is very, very good off his back, but I still think that it would be to the advantage of him to try and at least look to take his opponent down, Doctor, and give him some other options to think about. Maybe make him lower those hands so that he can headhunt like you think he was a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would be ideal trying to shoot those takedowns. I mean, Sanhagen, as you mentioned, is an interesting pick. Jumbo has implemented takedowns into his game in real life a bit more, but you've also got picks like Marab, so it's really interesting to see Vuck to not go somewhere out of the cardio machine or of the bantamweight engine of Marab here, Jay.
Yeah, and Marab is the fighter that reminds me of Vuck the most. That's who he fights like, and he probably should have went Marab, but it feels like his striking has got better. Cyrus.
Oh my God.
Jesus, out of nowhere, one slip strike.
Knockout of the year.
It's over.
Knockout of the year. Knockout of the year,
It's over.
NM Smudger,
It's
the
over.
fucking GOAT, the PlayStation GOAT. He does it again. He comes back after what was not his night at the office last time round. And my goodness, did he deliver here this evening, Doctor, putting everybody on notice and putting his name back on the map. People out here calling Trixie washed a moment ago. I'm sure there would have been people coming after Smudger if he didn't have an amazing performance here this evening. But he didn't give them that opportunity because he stepped off and head kicked a man into another dimension.
It was a simple sidestep. It was
Simple
a
sidestep,
sidestep, head kick, ground and pound. Like they looked like fairly even. Smudger was maybe pushing it in some directions. He was having some success in some. Around two, as you can see, like they're both fairly straightforward, nigh on basically the same stats, apart from that one head kick.
Mm-hmm.
Literally that one singular head kick, and that was it.
Whew, madness!
Jesus,
Absolutely madness.
That's why Smudger's, like as you mentioned, he is probably the PlayStation GOAT.
He has the resume for it, brother. If he looks like a GOAT, if he sounds like a GOAT, if he performs like a GOAT, then I guess he's the fucking GOAT. Now, of course, he doesn't have the belt right now, and he's going to be looking to get that back up against the absolute menacing champion that came through last time out and took it away. But you see what a focused Smudger is able to do, bro. You can see what he's able to do. He doesn't often make complaints or anything like that. He just kind of puts his head down and gets to work. He wasn't too happy with the weight class. It's not his favorite weight class, and I will be interested to see how it goes. I'm sure that there is a trilogy of brewing one way or another in the future, but an incredible performance. NM Smudger back in the win column, 8-1 now in the PlayStation division, ranked number 1, and likely challenging for what he believes is his belt next time out. With that being said, though, J-Dime, this is the main event of this evening. It is going to be between FSK Fadanator and FSK Driz. These guys are about ready, I do believe. We're just waiting on their stream to go actually live. They were anticipating up to 25 minutes in that last bout, but of course it ended a little quickly, Jay. It ended a little quickly, but what a main event this is set to be, my man.
Man, we seen earlier when Trixie went against Naznim that when you know somebody, when you spar with them all the time, when you're teammates, the fight goes a little different because they know your tendencies. So Driz may make this a more competitive fight than anyone's ever had with Fadanator. But then again, I seen the fight last week, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, we saw what happened between Naznim and Trixie, right? How close that was until it wasn't. I feel like teammate matchups, although we don't like booking them for obvious reasons, when they happen naturally, they often lead to some of the more entertaining matchups that you could possibly get. Now, I do apologize on the slight delays there, guys. We have this main event hopefully ready and raring to go. Driz is a little bit MIA just for a second, so we are just waiting for the guys in the back to give us a little bit of an update as we go down. But I will say, as we look at the entirety of the card there, Doc and Jay, that there's been a lot of names. We had 15 fights here this evening. That's a lot of fights for ourselves. We normally go a little bit less than that, but there's been a lot of names here this evening that are really, really delivered. Are there anybody that stands out for any particular awards for yourselves at this point in the night? Your mic is cut out, Doc. I don't know what happened to you, but...
Okay, let's oh!
Yeah, sorry, we do apologize. Slight technical issue on Doc's side.
I'll be the voice of Doc for a second. I'll be the voice of Doc for a second. All right, so this is what Doc told me. He said that CV got performance of the night. He also told me that Smudger may have knockout of the year.
Is it now working?
Yeah, it is working now, and I agree. Yeah. I reckon that's knockout of the year so far, my man. That was crazy. I'll tell you what, my lads.
Smudger was definitely knockout of the night.
Well,
That was insane.
you're going to have to hold off on your opinion, Doctor,
yeah.
outside of that, because your technical issues kind of fucked you. But I will say, all jokes aside, that the main event of this evening is finally ready and raring to go. We do apologize on the slight delays, but your main event is actually set to be between the absolute menacing, dominant champion, 9-0, brother, FSK Fadanator, going in there as Robbie motherfucking Lawler, as he challenges up against a teammate, J-Dime, in FSK Driz. What a matchup this one is set to be. I cannot wait, my man. And the good news is we don't have to.
Let's get to it.
Prime Robbie Lawler. I have to think this is probably making his debut. I think. I don't think I've ever seen a Prime Robbie Lawler now on it, but here we go. Edwards in the blue corner. Thinking about yellow shorts all of a sudden, Driz, a bit insane. But here we go. Both of these guys, utter menaces in their own right. We saw Frosty and Fad in this last week, and now we get to see how Fad has made those adjustments, and hopefully he's going to look like a different breed as the champ, always making those adjustments here, Jay.
Yeah, and like you said, this is Prime Robbie Lawler debut, but it's tough because you got to close the distance. Driz has to somehow keep it a clean fight, Doctor.
Yeah, he's got to keep it a clean fight, but I mean, with Edwards' elbows at 5-star, you can do some real big damage. So possibly focusing on the cut. Although, as I say, I do remember that I think this Lawler has 97 cut resistance or something like that. Something insane.
Sheesh.
You see Robbie Lawler compete in his prime. He was an absolute freak of nature with his ability to dish out and take damage. His mentality is that of a true gladiator, not just a mixed martial arts athlete. He looks to go to war each and every time in that cage. Now, of course, Driz on the opposing side has to be more technical. He has to be more smooth and defensively aware and try to evade some of the big, powerful shots that Robbie Lawler and Fadanator is going to put on him. But as you can see, Fadanator's confidence is riding high out here, J-Dime, and he believes in the recipe of success that has got him here, which is forward pressure, aggression, and non-stop onslaughts of combinations.
Yeah, Fad is trying to walk him down, and Driz countered with a nice pull straight, and that's what he has to do. He has to land something to make Fad respect him. Make Fad have to take a back step, Doctor.
Yeah, you really got to just... Once Driz landed that clean... Once Driz has landed that one clean shot he needs, he's going to get that respect and get a bit more of that distance. Has managed to push forward just a slight bit to hold that middle of the octagon, but again, it's going to be this back and forth pull motions, which I don't know who's going to be winning the fight because both of these are very close in their skill level, I would argue, Cyrus.
No, exactly right. Oh, Jesus Christ. 1-2 down the barrel. Fadanator starting to pull ahead in this one. The power difference is too much. His forward pressure, his shot selection has been impeccable. Continues to find a way up and around, under or over that block of Leon Rocky Edwards. Driz not giving up, though. He worked hard for this opportunity, and he does not want it taken away so easily, J-Dime, as he turns the corner and looks to get himself back into the fight, landing some counter shots of his own.
Man, Leon Edwards have to keep his composure like he is now, because that one stun can make people go crazy. I got to get that back, but you have 5 rounds to work. You can regroup and make your adjustments, Doc.
Yeah, you really can. I mean, each round starts afresh. This judging starts fresh. You get a tiny bit of that recovery as well. So it's not too bad. But here we are, last 20 seconds. Both of them standing in that pocket looking for the shots. Driz making some good use of those elbows earlier on. But so far, this seems to be favouring Fad with that power of Lawler so far. Just every time he hits that chin, you can see Driz wondering, is it worth the trade or should I back out of that pocket so far, Cyrus?
The answer is that if he's landed anything at all, it's not worth the trade. Robbie Lawler hits too goddamn hard. Get the fuck out of dodge, move your legs, move your head, and look to answer back when he's not throwing haymakers from hell at your head. Robbie Lawler is a menace. And FSK Driz knows that already. His face is wearing a little bit of damage, and goddamn does Fadanator know it, as he looks to continue to put on an incredible performance here this evening. Oh my goodness.
Oh
my
goodness. It's the day of the
goodness.
step backs. It's the day of the step backs.
the technical, just the technical move of the night is just the step backs.
Yeah.
Whew. Yes, sir. Step backs galore here this evening. All of the highest level players utilizing them impeccably, finding the opening for the favorite techniques. And the finishes have offered themselves up to the mantle of mixed martial arts violence, the virtual violence that PrimeTime guarantees every time this cage door shuts. We have 5 rounds scheduled tonight, Doctor. As you can see, I don't think it's going to go that far.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be kind of a shock if we see the third at the rate these two are going. Fad's walking forward with the power of Lawler. He's at a slight stam deficit, but I don't think it really matters when you hit that hard. You don't need punches in bunches. You just need 2 shots like that and then following up Drew.
Oh, man. How is he? I'm surprised he's keeping his composure here because he's getting his block. Oh my! And that, do we? Oh,
okay.
There's
doesn't matter.
Never mind. It just doesn't matter.
Lovely deny there. Now goes to the stat guard. You got to imagine does get denied back. Fad could go anyway positions. Even with Lawler, he can still grapple. He still understands the bare basics of it, and that's the most important part when you do grapple. Oh.
Raj round, looking to try and take his back or maybe go back to the ground and pound. The get-up was available for Leon. For how long, we are about to find out. They look to be slowing the pace down a little bit, J Diamond. That's understandable. There was no feeling out process in this fight. They've been fighting at 100 miles an hour for the entirety of this fight so far. Oh. Is that it?
Oh.
Somehow it isn't. Driz keeping that head movement like Fad has every time he's been rocked so far this fight. Both of these guys intelligent in all aspects of the game, from their offense to the defense. It's just a case of who can find that one last shot, and Fad so far has found the shots so far.
Yeah.
It's
over, right? It's over, right?
Oh my god,
somehow.
How is he?
And power go up.
I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. Well, as one of the GOATs of the Xbox division looks to try and get another victory over a teammate here this evening, we take a shout out from Ayo Pudgy with the biddies in the chat. Him and Toby Ruins coming through with a lot of support here this evening. We appreciate you guys, of course, V-Pain and everybody else, absolutely showing up and showing out here this evening. Much like the competitors are, they do make it between rounds, but I don't know how, Jay. I don't know fucking how.
I don't know how he's still alive. He looks like he's close to his deathbed right now, but I don't want to count Leon Edwards out because I think everyone learned from that.
Here goes
Frosty's. I mean, look, seeing this fight just shows you what caliber was. Really does show you the fight at what caliber what Frosty was fighting at.
Yeah.
Frosty was putting on an utter war, and seeing Fad's own teammates struggle.
Too clean, too precise. Fatty, the baddie, does it again, and still your Xbox champion. This man is a fucking problem. Doctor Who, J-Dime TV, and the PrimeTime community around the world. You are witnessing virtual violence, the absolute epitome of greatness. FSK Fadanator does it again. Craziness. Fucking crazy.
Again, it's like a normal thing. Like there's 3 things in life that are guaranteed: death, taxes, and Fadanator going to defend that title. And yeah, he did it again.
I love it, bro.
Again in the 3rd round, his own teammate struggling the uphill battle, experiencing the utter dominance that is Fadanator whilst holding the PT title fight. This man's now 10-0. It is insane what this man has shown, can do, and what the slightest adjustments he can make to really just dominate the Xbox division so far.
Yeah, he's been incredible, man. He's been incredible. He's been a true champion inside and outside the cage. He does not allow himself to get pulled into silly or petty things, whether that be inside or outside the cage. He handles himself correctly, whether that be inside or outside the cage. And you know what? He gets the results. inside or outside that cage. Fadanator has been a pleasure to work with over the seasons, continues to put on performances like that, and absolutely is showcasing that he is currently the best in the Xbox division and looking to set records to take that title away of GOAT of the Xbox division from Trixie, as we saw Trixie trying to mount an offense or a late comeback to try and take that away like he did at the end of UFC 4, but there's so many storylines here at Primetime MMA, they will only continue to unfold as the season draws to an end. But lads, it has been a pleasure once again calling Primetime 120 with you, and for everybody at home, the competitors, shout out, you guys absolutely delivered. As I said, a massive shout out to Toby Ruins, bang, honestly, you guys all V-Pains, like I said, Pudgy. The sport has been massive. Everybody following, giving the likes over on YouTube and the thing. It means the absolute world. Cannot speak to the support that you guys have been showing us, and the fact that it helps us continue to motivate to get bigger and better every single time that we do this. Make sure, if you're not already, to be following Primetime MMA on any social media platform that you visit. Check out Doctor Who along with Swaggy on Primetime Postmortem, coming out at least once a week. Some of the more entertaining talking points of the cards that have just passed and the cards that are upcoming. You do not want to miss it. And of course, check out JDime TV each and every day on streams. I've just linked the man in the Discord chat, so if you haven't, make sure to give that man a follow. Truly an OG of the community, and the best streamer that you'll find on Twitch. We love you. Stick around for the raid at the end, but until the next one, stay safe, much peace, and we'll see you soon.